This must be what it's like to have a conscience.
Do you say that out loud? I think
More so than you think.
And Father Jiminy joins the party.
Hello, and welcome to Have Dice Will Save, the Monster of the Week adventure, where me and my 4 friends play something different.
We're changing it up.
We are. I am Charlie. I am going to be running this one, much to the dismay of everyone else involved.
The heart is broken.
It's the first time I've sat in this chair.
Dave has a new chair.
No. It's the first time I've ever sat at the table as a player.
No, you did. We did a one shot one time. You played a.
Yes, and it was online. It was not in the studio. It was COVID time.
The other one shots we did because I was in a different state.
No, the druid one.
The Druid one was online.
We did them online.
Yeah.
It's the first time that Dave has been in that chair.
First time I've
In
ever
the
been a
studio.
player at the actual table.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I will argue about this in the break.
Hey, Paul, Mark experience.
This
Oh, no, wait. You're
No,
talking
no.
about the time. Yeah, the time we played 5e. You're right.
Oh,
you're right.
I'm sorry. Dave.
I was a druid.
Mark experience.
I was a druid for that.
Paul,
I remember
you
that.
don't mark shit.
I'm unmarking my
But
experience.
it was the old table
It was
configuration.
the old table. That was before we changed the
Okay. Yeah.
layout.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. But if anyone does not know what Monster of the Week it is a phenomenal game where we are going to be playing basically the kind of CW, show thing. Something like supernatural type stuff. It's a lot of fun, and I hope that you all have fun with us. But in the meantime, I think first we're going to take a deep breath.
and watch a completely unrelated intro sequence.
And here we go.
3.
All right. Well, welcome to Monster of the Week. We have 4 intrepid adventurers in front of us, ready to kill some monsters, hunt some ghosts, do whatever is required at the time.
Are we going to go through the history section?
And that is what we are about to do.
Okay, cool.
So we are going to do, as Monster of the Week starts off with everyone making a quick introduction to the table and introducing how they are connected to the other people. So everyone is going to have connections to each other, and we figured it might be fun for you all to watch us come up with how everyone knows each other. So,
Just so you know, on our character sheets, they have some pre-made prompts to give us an idea of how to connect.
Yes.
So when you have Monster of the Week, you have playbooks for specific
don't have
character
to go through the
types.
whole-
Sorry, I'm playing the expert playbook. My character is Molly Dyson, and so Dave, I've got one to connect our characters.
why don't we do a quick introduction of each person first, and
not bad.
then connect them after
sorry.
everyone knows who everyone is.
That would be the
So
smart
you're playing
person.
the expert Molly Dyson.
Yep. She sort of takes the academic view of the supernatural, treats it like a giant research project, but may have had encounters with it in her past. She's got a academic history in literature and history, basically.
Okay. Hello. I am playing Damien, but I go by my middle name, which is James. I am late 30s, early 40s. I'm an English teacher for high schoolers. Before that, it's not real English. Before that, I was the prophesied messiah of a doomsday cult. That was a toxic work environment, so I left.
I'm playing Dr.
Oh, I'm the chosen. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm playing Dr. Emmanuel Cunningham, who is a mad scientist who specializes in fringe physics. He was a scientist working for, or a physicist working for SpaceX to design the spaceships that were going up, but kept going into weirder and weirder theories on wormholes, and it was wasting too much money, so he got fired from that. So he went out and formed his own lab to work on his own projects.
Hello there, my name's Derek Rutherford, and I am playing a crooked. I grew up poor, but found out that I could talk pretty damn good. And when you can talk good, you can do almost anything you want. I'm playing a criminal.
In case you didn't pick up on that. These subtle undertones.
Yes.
Why fight the ghosts when you can steal them?
They don't need that money anyways.
So now why don't we go through how everyone is connected to each other, how you all got in this merry band of misfits. Sherry,
Okay.
want to
All right.
start off?
Start.
So, David, I've got one for you. The expert playbook says, as a possible prompt, you were previously both members of an eldritch group, now disbanded. Ask them how and why they left, then tell them why you did.
Okay. Well, I kind of already went into why I left.
Yep.
I was the supposed to be the vessel by which the world would end, and I decided that wasn't my thing.
That job just doesn't pay good enough.
It does not pay well, and also I would have to end the world. So I left.
Molly is more of a cradle cultist. She she was raised in it and was kind of into it as a child, but as she grew up she started to realize this shit's insane. So then she started drifting from the supernatural until she realized no, that part actually had some legit elements, and so now she takes more of an academic bent to it.
Okay.
So Molly's parents were diehard members of the cult, and she was just like, yeah, no.
So we have to do one of these for every other person. So, I guess, do we each want to do one?
Yeah, I
And
think
then
we should each do
Let's
one and then
each
go
do the
around.
person on their left, and then we'll work from there.
Sure.
Okay. So, what was your character's name again, Paul? I'm sorry.
Dr. Emmanuel Cunningham.
Dr. Emmanuel Cunningham, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Cunningham.
The smartest of all hands.
Oh, no.
I really want to do your best friend in the world who you trust totally.
It's
You know,
a bad idea.
But he grew up in a cult, so his life experience.
His Europe in a cult, so his only friend in the world.
Yes.
If I was asking you questions, I would make a wonderful test subject.
Well, the good
Why-
news is
why
there's
not-
still time.
Why not both?
Okay, here we go. You saved their life back when they didn't know monsters were real. Tell them what you saved them from. So I'm going to guess that your advanced particle physics project that you were working on at the time had the potential to tear the holes in reality through which Ugthulu or whatever my cult was after could be brought through. And
Cthulhu
so
with very nice
the
boots.
great Stark
Yes.
one.
It's like it's like when he was fired from his other job as a part-time job. He worked at like MIT or something.
right. And so my former cultist friends came after you, or maybe at the time my current cultist friends. I don't know. And I decided that murdering scientists for their questionable technology was a bad idea.
Yeah, because nobody else can use it. It is not reliable at all. Let's see here. For my criminal friend to my left.
He couldn't go get the 1.21 gigawatts without that plutonium.
Yes.
Wait, what? Arch nemesis. And A lot of these ones kind of paint the other party as being like more the hero, so it's kind of tricky. This is a weird playbook. Suffering from dark temptations. That seems tempting.
Darkly so, even. Paul is currently suffering from a dark temptation.
Yeah, I'm always suffering from dark temptations. But I think this is going to be the more funny one. Is an old patient, quote unquote, of yours.
Oh!
Tell them what you did to them. Did you volunteer for weird, questionable physics experiments and tests to go through wormholes?
If given the opportunity between that and prison, likely.
Teleport you right inside that bank vault.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
And also, he'll patch up your wounds without asking questions.
Yeah, I'm technically a doctor. Did I take the medicine one with the quotation marks? I did not.
But so what did you do to me?
Probably sent you through a wormhole to see if you'd come back.
Well, the good news is it seems like it worked.
Or didn't to such a degree that you never left.
What is your character's name again?
Molly Dyson.
Molly Dyson. Well, it turns out, Molly, that me and you are related.
Oh.
Distantly. Totally. We're definitely related.
Through a connection that you didn't necessarily know about.
Yeah. But no, we're like family. And we don't give up on family. So please let me sleep on your couch.
You realize the rest of my family were hellbound on summoning the Great Dark One.
That's why I'm not asking to sleep on their couch.
Sure, fine.
Okay.
Couch acquired.
Now I guess we do the same thing to the right?
Okay, should I start?
Or should we do diagonally? I don't know.
I kind of want to do. I have one for our.
Okay.
Our
Okay, let's
fellow
do that
here.
then.
Good old Paul.
Our esteemed doctor.
Our esteemed doctor. Doctor, it turns out that me and you worked on a semi-legal or illegal job.
That sounds like a wormhole.
Yeah, it sounds to me like you were like, hey, I got this idea. And I was like,
We can get rich real quick.
I was like, I like the sounds of that. So what do you need me to steal?
I need you to go through this wormhole and grab some metaphysical fluids and bring them back.
Now, what in the goddamn hell is a metaphysical fluid?
Don't worry about it. Just put it in this jar.
I've got a quick one for you. It turns out my playbook also has
Don't
distant
worry, the
relation.
dimension you'll be
Yes.
emerging in is full of them. Literally full of them.
Hold this jar, hold your breath, and don't look down. Whatever you do.
This dimension is literally nothing but metaphysical fluid.
That's what's in his cup right now.
Okay, so I have a play on that one. On that one, I totally don't actually think we're related, and am in fact trying to grift you. You know,
But I know we
that
actually,
we actually
are related. Yes. Awesome.
The ultimate grift.
Yes.
Grift so hard it becomes reality.
I also have your close blood relations. I was going to do that. Just really, yeah, but we're
This is a family
related.
business. That's right.
Oh, you know what?
No, that's fine. Keep going. Keep going. I'll do something else.
Well, now it's your turn to do something.
Oh, yeah, for her. You could have been the chosen one instead of me, but you failed some trial.
Probably being born in time.
Yeah. Well, also, I figure she was the backup chosen one after
Oh
I
yeah,
left.
yeah. You were in the icebox.
In case
just
you weren't
in case.
chosen enough.
Yes, in case I
They're
was
just like, oh,
insufficiently destined.
Dave Dunn went bad. Thaw out the replacement.
So I like to think that, like, after I left, they were like, oh, cool. Well, here's someone else who had the right star signs or something.
No.
Yeah.
Sort of backs away slowly.
Aha, in this text it
Text past
says
the
they will
curtain and
reject
runs.
the call at first. It's all coming true.
And just as foretold in the tomes of old.
The tomes of yesteryear. That's my turn.
Yes.
So who's that? Paul has
Me.
Yeah, and then
We have the
crisscross.
diagonals.
Yeah.
I think you're suffering from a dark temptation.
That is likely true.
Ask them how they think you can help them.
Oh, wow, that's a different question. How I think you can help me with my dark temptation. Open a portal to whatever dimension the Dark One lives in and send bombs, maybe?
Destroy it. Figure out a way to close it off.
Or maybe figure out a way to just, like, disconnect the Chosen One bits that, like, keep me with a horrible death
We will
chain.
find
With your
the.
permission, last one.
Whoop.
So then we have Sherry and Paul, right?
Yes.
Never mind, because I just thought of something
Okay.
that makes it bad.
Okay.
Ooh. This might actually work better because there's two questions on here that says, like, is the person who helped rehabilitate you to good? Ask them why they did not kill you. And also for Sherry, I could do hunted you when you were evil. So as part of this might actually make more sense if I got Joe's character involved with me to kidnap you to make money from the cult by using you as the chosen one by sending you through the wormhole. And
Oh,
Sherry
no.
had to stop me because I was sending you through a wormhole to end the world.
Okay.
All right.
So we've got that done. And then did Sherry have to do Paul's one?
Yes.
Which is why it's a bad idea.
They know about your dark secrets. But they've agreed to keep quiet about them.
I know about your dark secrets.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
if
that
you
you're
were
the
on that
secondary
job,
chosen
then,
one?
yeah, then you know she's the secondary chosen one, which I don't.
You're probably
So
the
I have
only
like
one
a
in.
scanning the device that lets me like find people that have the specific like particle resonance or whatever it is that the thing
Like
locks
that
onto.
You have a chosen one detector.
I do.
You're the only one in the
Yeah.
group other than Molly who knows Molly is the secondary chosen one.
Yeah.
I got it.
And then we have Dave and Joe.
Yep, we got to trade one.
Yeah.
So, this is what I'm going to pitch to you. This hunter saved your life when a monster had the drop on you. Now you own one. So what'd you save me from, partner?
I'm gonna go with like an old school like Baphomet style like demon creature, who was probably left over from some kind of summoning ritual.
Your imstone went wrong one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out when the glitch on that imstone goes bad, it goes real bad.
Yeah.
Zazzles, I'm sorry. Please, we can talk about this, man.
Cool.
What you got for me?
Oh, okay. What about just friends from school or work or something? Ask them what.
Okay, so when you were still a teacher.
Uh-huh.
I
I
had
am
a-
still a teacher. This is my weekend gig.
Okay. My apologies, sir. Well, when you are a teacher, for a short time, I was posing as the assistant principal because a well-to-do sponsor of mine, shall we say, really needed their kid to pass to get into the college, you know, because they gotta have the diploma before they can get into the alma mater. The money can't solve everything just yet, except that it still can via me.
Okay.
Unfortunately, then I ran into some kind of Baphomet fucking fella, and now I find myself in the service of one. What is your character's name?
Damian James Charleston.
Mr. James Charleston.
I'm gonna write all these names
Mr.
down so I
James
don't
Charleston.
forget them.
Molly,
James Charleston.
James, Dr. Cunningham,
Dr.
Derek.
Do you go by your middle name now?
I do.
Huh? Oh, there we go.
because I'm named Damien because I was the horrible demon chosen one. So I go by James instead.
All right.
Even though they're
Derek
perfectly respectable
Rutherford.
people.
I think that we have our merry band traveling around in their
Derek.
tricked out Winnebago.
Yes.
It's as good a ghost hunting vehicle as any.
I suppose. I'll be here in
Find
my
them
little
monsters. And you have
It
done-
is quite tricked out.
I forget.
Oh,
At the beginning of the mystery,
yeah.
as the chosen one, I activate Destiny's Plaything,
Yes.
whereby I see what is revealed about my immediate future.
Well, why don't you make the roll?
I will make that roll, and I will fail it hilariously.
Oh,
Because it's a weird roll, and I have a weird of -1.
Excellent.
So I'll just take that experience, and something bad is about to happen to me.
Indeed, it is.
Carry on.
All
I
right.
knew that would be an experience point, but I was going to get my experience point for whatever awful thing is going to
For
happen.
anyone in the audience who does not know, if you fail to accomplish something, you get an experience. If you succeed in accomplishing thing, you get the thing you attempted to accomplish.
In this case, I don't have a choice. It just happened.
So,
Yes. The creepy playlist.
the town playlist.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
As
Just so happens to be one.
your travels have brought you to the small, sleepy town of Fog Hollow. A quiet place, but a bit up and coming. Population fairly recently has grown to around 10,000 people and looks to be continuing to increase. It's a up and coming town, but it's always been a bit out of the way, and even despite its recent popularity, that has led to some rumors and tales and myths and legends of varying degrees of accuracy. Now, most of these can be dismissed as superstition or simply people, seeing the moon through some clouds and getting freaked out over nothing. But some of them seem to have a bit more veracity than others. Especially recently, there seems to have been a bit of a haunting that you've heard about. You've come to town meaning to investigate a case of a missing child and to see what kinds of tales you can find. What would be your first stop?
Okay, guys. Now, I know that Fog Hollow sounds like a very strange place, but it is the perfect place to lay low. There's still great. there's still opportunities to work. We can make contacts. We can talk with the town people, schmooze with town hall. It doesn't take much. Show up in a nice fancy suit, and you can walk right on in. Now, I think that I'm gonna go visit the bank.
Really?
Well, I gotta check my account. Ghost hunting don't pay the bills.
Your legal account. Well, you're going to commit legal
okay.
actions in order to check your account. Because I don't really feel like skipping town anytime soon.
I never said I was gonna check my account.
That's actually exactly what. Never
Yeah.
mind.
You know,
Okay, if you want to do that, that's fine. I guess I'll talk to the police about things not related to this.
And not related to anything that I've done, right?
No, about the child that we're here to find.
Yeah. Oh, actually did some work on that. As it turns out, this is a great area of like resonance fields and things, and I think this is a promising candidate for. Do you know what? Don't worry about it.
usually when you say don't worry about it, it's something we really need to worry about.
No, it's fine.
Now, what I think Dr. Cunningham meant to say, is that we only have the child's best interest at heart. Isn't that right, Dr. Cunningham?
Exactly. We got to find the missing child. Yeah.
Yeah. And to do that, I'm going to need to grease some palms. And to grease some palms, I'm going to need a little bit of cash. And I'm running a little low ever since that werewolf.
Sure.
It took
We'll call
lot
that-
of bribes to get this beast out of impound.
Okay. You're right. But why don't we call bribing the entire town Plan B? You can work on that.
Okay.
I'll work
Okay.
on Plan A,
I'll take
asking for details like a human being.
I'll take it. I'll take Plan B because that comes up right
I
after
think
this.
I think it will also go with Plan A. Ask for details like a human being.
So we're splitting the party. Is
Oh,
what you're saying.
immediately. That's always
Immediately.
Yes.
Well, come on, we got to cover more ground that way.
It's a big town.
I mean, it's a moderate. It's like
It's a big, small town.
look. It is a big small town. It's up and coming.
Just try not to blow anything up, and if you're going to blow something up, maybe send a text first.
No, what God? Oh, okay. That wasn't aimed
No,
at me. That
no.
was,
No.
Oh, right. Of course. Naturally.
So usually before my inventions explode, they emit a pulse wave, and that disables phones, so I might not be able to get communications to you in time.
However, if you do get that funny feeling in your teeth, like we had that one time,
Run. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
okay. Well, let's start.
Chaos!
Let's start with Dave.
Okay.
Where do you head?
So I should ask first, what degree of like officialness do we have, if any? We are
You
a band of merry ghost hunters, I'm assuming.
and it's you have as much as you have. There's an LLC.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
But I don't
You have a. It is in fact a like
Yeah.
a business you guys have been in. It's not
Right. But I don't
completely
have
unofficial.
I don't have like contacts.
No,
you don't have a
are not
press pass?
sponsored.
That's what I just needed to find out if I needed to lie my way.
You
through this.
you are the Ghostbusters when they made their first commercial
cool. Okay.
before the hotel.
Before the hotel.
What region of the country is Fog Hollow in?
In the Midwest,
Midwest. Got it. Okay. Just
middle
Calibrated.
Midwestern town.
you know, it's a little far north from my liking, but
okay. I'm gonna go talk to. I'm
the-
guessing a sheriff.
All right, going to the police station first.
Yeah.
How much history does the town have?
A good bit. It's actually an older town. It's never been very big, but it's been around a solid while.
Hit
Late,
like a library or something, maybe.
it's late 1800s. It was founded.
You can go to the town library and ask about any local urban legends.
Okay.
Say that I am collecting anecdotes about urban legends in the area for an upcoming book.
Okay.
Any of the.
Paul, where will you be headed?
Well, we're investigating ghosts, which means dead people, so I'm going to go to the graveyard and
Okay.
use that to try and trace back signals from my EMF readers and things.
Okay.
well, you
And-
already done know where I'm going.
Going
We're
to the
going to
bank.
start with Dave.
Okay.
I'm going to get the two ones that are least likely to get you run out of town first.
Because at least then we can leave with information.
Exactly.
And like I actually have credentials to do what I'm
You're going to a library.
I'm a doctor. I have
card.
credentials.
No, I mean what I mean is like I have a publication history
Sure.
to back up the claim that I'm writing a book on urban legends. But
Okay.
And Dave, you head to the police station.
Yes.
You approach. It's a small building, one story. A few squad cars out front. And as you walk in, you see a bored-looking, person in a uniform sitting behind a desk. Looks up and goes, "Morning to you. How can I help you?"
Hi. So weird question. I'm from out of town, but I'm an English teacher. I have been working on a paper about the effect of like Midwestern folk tales on local populations. So I'm working in cooperation with a psychology professor.
Well, we have a very good library. It's I'd be happy
Yes,
to point
yeah.
you to it.
My associate, the psychology professor, is heading over there now. But I had heard that there was a missing child in the area. Now, I don't need details on that specifically. I know you can't just share that sort of thing. But I was wondering, I read on the way in the newspaper that there was some inconsistencies or mysteriousness around it. And I was wondering if there was any local urban legends that, like, the people who aren't writing in the newspaper were crediting this to, just because it would be a useful source for the paper I'm working on.
You're an English teacher, huh?
Yes.
Were you looking for local stories and the like?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think I can help you out with that.
Okay. I'm going to set down the rather large duffel bag I carry everywhere gingerly down, and I'm going to reach into my black leather coat and pull out a notepad and a pen.
Well, this town here has a few shares of ghost stories around it and such. Seems like you're looking into. You said you heard about the missing child case.
Yeah.
That one's an interesting one. I don't know if sheriff would like me necessarily spreading around things. He calls them superstitions and whatnot. But
I'm not gonna. Don't worry. This won't be. You won't be called out in the paper.
all right, this ain't you ain't publishing anything, are you?
Not that would attribute a specific source. This is background information.
Well, we have a couple of things. I mean, some missing kids oftentimes maybe ran away, showed up in a couple days. You know, sometimes they get lost in the woods. We'll have to send out some part to search for them. That's usually what it turns out. But we've had some strange lights reported recently.
Strange lights. And that's a recent development?
A couple of reports are recent, yeah. But it's been everyone knows about the old schoolhouse.
Oh, there's a schoolhouse.
Old schoolhouse, yep. It was that place is haunted as the dickens.
Interesting. Is there does it have a history of being haunted? It's been
Oh yeah, it's been haunted for years now, for decades.
okay.
One of them, it ain't been used in a long time. Been run down now.
Sure.
Ain't no one really bothered to do much, but we have a new school, so
Well, yeah, I would hope.
Yeah, but the old when people like to have it, it's fun for people having around Halloween time and such. People like to have dares to go in there and whatnot. Always
Oh, you
come
get
out
trouble
seeing
with
something.
kids breaking in and stuff.
All the time, but honestly, we usually let them. They go in, they get spooked by something, they get themselves out. It ain't too dangerous or nothing, and they're just dusty.
Okay,
It's just
well, that's
kids
good to
being
know.
kids and whatnot, but we've been, it's getting
booze and drinking cigarettes.
well, kids being kids. It's,
Just as
They-
long as they ain't dancing.
if they ain't try and not let them cause problems for anything, but if they go in there, they they have them dance parties got to shut down real quick. But we got, like I said, we've been seeing some lots of reports from there. It's getting around that time, but so you're looking up some of the legends around that one.
Okay. Well, that will be
That's
very
probably
helpful.
some of our biggest kind of creepy kind of things.
Okay.
I like what you're looking for.
That sounds perfect. And since if there's kids daring in it, then it's kind of in the local mindset. So that's exactly the sort of thing my paper needs. Thank you so much. You've been very helpful.
I'd say hold off a little on the missing kids angle. That gets a bit more into official police work. I mean,
Yeah, I wasn't. That was just
this-
a jumping off point, because usually that sort of thing gets attributed to a local legend, and so that helps me get down to the local legends. So,
yeah.
but
all
yeah,
right.
don't worry about that. That's not what my paper's about.
All right. Well. Don't have a good day, sir. And,
Thank you. You as well. And then I will leave before anybody looks into the fact that I was lying my ass off.
all right.
How are they gonna fact check it?
That's my point.
There's
You said
nothing that
you-
goes on. He's happy to sit and
Yep.
jaw with someone. Who's,
You say you're from some kind of school? Can I see some identification, maybe? Do you have any?
I mean, I do. I have a
He
teacher.
actually does have a teacher. He would
That
have
part
a
was the only true thing I said.
teachers do get ID cards, so he would have a photo ID identifying him.
Don't let this get back to Molly, because then she's going to be like, "Oh, we're going to write that paper now."
I'm actually serious. No,
I also,
that's
I
how-
also did dub her a psychology professor.
that's how Molly makes money. She does release collections of this shit.
And when we get to
These
me, I'll show you how I'm
sanitized collections of this shit.
I am, however, going to text you to include the old schoolhouse in your research.
Noted.
speaking of collections of old papers,
Yes.
you were headed to the library, I believe.
Yep. So I'm going to walk in with notebook and pencil already out and ready. Walk up to whatever looks closest to a reference desk.
Oh, you walk in, and their library looks fairly nice.
Okay.
It's not large, but it seems to be well maintained. And as you walk in, right up front, there is, a young woman sitting behind the desk reading a book, unsurprisingly.
Hi.
Oh, yes, hello.
I am doing research for a publication that I'm working on about urban legends in this region. And I was wondering if this seemed to be a fairly old town. I was wondering if you had any local legends or
Ooh, yes, I would be happy to help you with that. We do have some, there's definitely been
hauntings or
Absolutely. Well, what are you looking for anything in specific? There's been, of course, sightings of creatures in the woods, few
This-
haunted places and
this
ghosts.
is more themed less toward the woods and more themed toward municipal buildings, hospitals, stores, schools.
All right. Well, are you looking for aliens, ghosts, or angels, or demons?
Oh.
Angels and demons kind of fall into a similar.
Ooh. Focus, Molly, focus, Molly, focus, Molly. Ghosts.
Ghosts. Okay. Well, we have a section. In fact, let me think. Here, come follow me.
Okay.
And she'll get up, put her bookmark in the book, sit down, and head over to. You see an older section of the library. Looks, like I said, everything's well maintained, but this one definitely looks a little less used. And she starts to go through, gets out these,
smell.
opens up a big kind of, seems to be a window of, not a window, but like a large piles of slats with newspaper clippings on them and, newspapers. And it seems like they have quite a big collection of newspapers dating back, years and years. And she clunk, 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 and starts to flip over some of the different things. Goes, here's a good one. If you want to investigate, here's one of a house that burned down. Mm-hmm. A lot of people thought they saw some of the, so that they could, a woman died in the fire. And so it's people that like to always say that they can, sometimes see her looking out the window, though those have stopped. The house has been remodeled recently, and it's rather dramatically different. Mm-hmm. Are you looking for things that are still around, or?
Yes, if
Okay.
possible, yes.
Well, we have one to go back a little further. Here we go. Early on, there was an old schoolhouse
Ah.
that had a very tragic event with one of the teachers there. This is the newspaper article might be a good place to start.
I see, yes. I will read that. And she
Okay,
starts reading
well, here's our collection of all of the newspaper publications from our local paper.
And is there anywhere where I would see the stories about the legends that sprang up associated with the place?
Well, you'll find if you look through some of the later papers, people periodically you'll find sightings of ghost stories and such. If you wanna, in fact, here, if you go over and she'll jot down, pull out a little notepad and some paper and jot down like on a sticky note, a couple of numbers. Here's where some of the stargazing books are. If you want to look for when full moons are, people like they always tend to have more reports and. The paper will, on slow news days, print with, some of the fun stories and the ghost stories and such. Looking around the times of full moons, looking around, Halloween time, you'll find, there'll be, people will have little stories and legends in the paper usually. We aren't really big enough to have like a book collection published of our stories, but the newspapers should have a lot of information.
All right, so she's going to look at starting with the original article and then also flip through to look for ghost sightings.
Okay.
What was the original event that happened with the teacher?
So you find an article, and this one actually is front page, talking about back in 1892. Town had been around for almost a decade at that point, and they had discussed a terrible prank that seems to have gone wrong with a local school teacher, an Edith Dowse. And Edith Dowse had was the local school teacher, known to be a devout churchgoer and old widower who had been teaching there since the town had been founded. And some kids had decided to try and play a prank on her. They ended up locking her door and hiding the key when she was in her office. Her office was on the second floor of the school building, and she apparently had decided to try and either through frustration or anger or whatever had decided to just open the door, and just as it wasn't opening got more angry and shoved the door open and kind of broke the door open, which caused her to slip and fall down the stairs, breaking her neck.
Okay.
The kids were found to not be at fault. It was supposedly an innocent accident, according to the paper, and just a tragic event as it occurred.
God rest her soul.
All right, and what are some of the ghost sighting type situations?
As you flip through, you hear it's a lot of the standard stuff. People hear her voice echoing, and there was I put an eraser down, but then it was over here the other day. A lot of them very normal stuff that don't really amount to anything. But there are some that seem strangely consistent. The kind of hallmark of an actual ghost story, when it's not just random spooky things, but the same spooky thing every time. Some of them being, they would often find doors locked. Seemingly often at random, there would be doors locked throughout the building. As well as there would seem to be fairly regularly echoes of disciplinary things you could hear. Specifically in one of the old classrooms. There's a specific classroom that she often, would serve attention in and stuff. And it seemed to have a lot of, people would consistently hear echoes of disciplinary, whether it be, the rap of a ruler, on someone, or a, someone writing chalk on a chalkboard as if they were writing the same thing 1,000 times. Various different kinds of sounds and stuff in that, often accompanied by the door being locked. And especially the door to her office is locked seemingly constantly. Every time someone comes and unlocks it, somehow they find it locked again. Now, normally those things are fairly common, but when it's specific things repeatedly every time, multiple occasions, then it starts to, seem to be it looks a bit like a pattern to you.
Have there been any other instances of kids going missing?
Nothing. There have been many instances of kids going missing, including at the schoolhouse, but all of them have been resolved either as a kid who snuck in on a dare and then got spooked and ran off, and they just found him a few hours later, having been spooked and run off. Kids who, people will go, oh, it must have been the schoolhouse. Turns out it was nothing of the sort. Nothing that seems to indicate anything about the schoolhouse, other than sometimes a kid got spooked.
Now I'm going to look for news stories of this most recent kid who went missing and what they're reporting about that.
The most recent kid who is missing, you see there is an article in the paper. He has been gone for, it seems, about 2 days.
Okay.
And the article is from the previous day. It's not really an article, but they have a blurb out, a missing child thing, an Amber Alert kind of thing in their local paper, It has a picture of him and just a quick description saying he has been missing for 2 days. He was out with some friends who, at some point, they, went their separate ways.
How old is he?
He was 14.
Okay.
And they say that he was didn't have many spots that he frequented. In the article, it doesn't really go in. That specific article doesn't really go into much more details on him or anything about like his frequented spots or anything.
All right. I am going to send all of this information to everyone else.
Okay.
And if this would not be a bad time, I want to roll something.
Sure.
Dark Past. I am trawling through my memories. Okay, so I failed. So on a miss, you can ask one of these questions, but that will mean that I was personally complicit in creating the situation I'm dealing with.
So you don't have to. You can.
So I'm gonna pass on asking one of those questions.
Okay.
Either way, you still get the XP.
Yes.
Yep.
The
Get
kid
that
is
XP.
in your trunk. Oh my god.
It was you all along.
It was your cult.
God.
Okay. So
Why didn't you just
Alright.
give him to him for
do
testing?
you want to search any? Do you want to do any more research?
I am going to go. This can be sort of a. If there's no more I can find about that particular haunting, I'm going to try to do some research on any more ghosts or angel demon activity that would have been in the area.
Okay.
And that can probably like be in the background while the camera pans to somebody else.
Sure. How about we go to Paul? The
So-
most likely to get you all run out of town.
Oh, damn. Damn.
That's because you're subtle.
That's true. That's true. If everything goes right for me, we won't get run out of town. If everything goes wrong for me, I might get pitched out of a bank.
If everything goes right for Paul, you will get run out of town. If everything goes wrong for Paul, there won't be a town.
whether it goes right or wrong for him, there's still like a 75% chance we get run out of town. So I have a fabrication workshop in the vehicle.
Yes, you do.
According to the sheet.
Back in your small workbench in the horse trailer, yes.
So I'm going to make myself an extremely shaky and home crafted giant EMF detector. Hey, that is enough to get it to work. You can make it, but only barely. So I
Dave,
have this giant like backpack with weird antennas on it. That's
Dave, you, after having done that, are probably heading back to the Winnebago.
Sure.
Collect yourself. And you head up, it's a large and fairly modern looking, Winnebago. And you notice you have that silver horse trailer attached to the back. There's some flashing coming from it. As you get closer, you start to hear.
No, that can't be right. It's got to be this way. Damn it!
I'm just gonna go back into the like the RV itself. I'm not.
You hear
Not
a
dealing
Not
with it.
here for this.
you hear a sharp aha exclamation
I have gotten it!
coming from the back as you head in.
So like the
As Paul, your guy, walks out wearing.
the trailer door like kind of goes down and it's just like mist pouring out. He just walks out. He's got like crazy goggles on with this huge backpack and like giant antennas sticking out of the back of this thing that does not look safe.
I glance over. I'm like, how do you always have mist?
Fog machines, dear lad.
Is that part of the? Never
It's
mind.
very important to the
Never mind.
process.
As you walk out, you are parked at a local B&B, I'd imagine.
Sure.
Where would you have parked? Where would you, when you get to town, where do you put your behemoth?
Probably where it would make most sense for like a tourist to park their RV, or
So a local B&B.
yeah,
We find the Walmart.
Walmart parking
Yeah.
lot or a local B&B.
Like behind a
One of
Home
those two
Depot.
things.
Yeah.
You manage to, Joe, roll me cool.
All right. Oh shit!
Oh God.
Give me that.
Very cool of you.
That's literally cocked.
Yep.
So I have to.
Okay.
It is slanted.
Okay. That is a 7. Are you
7.
asking for my character's cool specifically, or just a cool roll in general?
Your character's
Still
cool.
a 7. There was no point.
So, as the driver, managed to actually find a bread and breakfast, a local place that was a little bit out of town and thus had a fairly large kind of plot of land, the size of which could maybe fit a Winnebago and horse trailer.
Wonderful.
So
That's
it's
what I
a
do.
bit out of the way, but it fits a Winnebago and horse trailer. They're okay with you parking it there. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be in the way.
And it means I don't necessarily have to associate myself with you wonderful individuals when I ride into town in my coupe.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm
And
telling you, if you just let me modify how the engine works, I can get it to go twice as fast half the time.
Or don't. I probably don't have to tell you this. Don't.
Now, my esteemed doctor, I respect you. It's a matter of professional courtesy. But if you lay a hand on Meredith, I will cut your fingers off.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Interestingly, how do you bring Meredith with you?
Well, that's hooked onto another thing on the back of the thing. Or I'm driving. Somebody else can drive the behemoth, and I'm driving Meredith. Nobody's driving Meredith but me.
You sure you don't have your imps do it?
Hell no. Zazzles can't drive for shit. I tried, I know.
What? You know what?
Look, sometimes you need a wheelman. But when your wheelman's an imp, things just don't tend to work out. Your legs aren't long enough.
It's just asking for trouble.
Just asking for trouble. Now I'm the wheelman, and he goes in and he steals the shit.
Good to know.
Acquires.
So Meredith is parked nearby, far enough away that any,
Oh no, I'm driving Meredith.
unfortunate experiments don't bother it.
It's
I suppose
out of the blast radius.
Currently, it is probably being driven into town.
Yeah.
To a bank of some kind.
To a bank of some kind.
Yeah.
As you step out with your contraption,
I probably rode my bike which, as an English teacher, obviously I have.
Obviously.
Um,
Winnebagos have that like undercarriage.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
You
Pop up
don't
music.
get your teaching license unless you can
unless you own a bicycle,
ride a bike. Yeah.
obviously,
They make you like put on like the high vis jacket and
No,
ride
but
through the cones.
I do the wristbands.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't wear the jacket. That's just demeaning.
But Paul, contraption.
Contraption. Yeah, I want to go to a graveyard
Okay.
and start poking around.
How do you find the graveyard?
That is a real good question. I have to look at the Hunter reference sheet so I can remember how to do things.
I'm just gonna put this out there. Google Maps.
Yeah, but that's not nearly a
Graveyards
dangerous
near
enough
There's a reason.
option.
There's a reason why for you two I'm like, yeah, you go there, no problem, and why for Paul I asked.
Well,
So
clearly graveyards are going to have higher presences of electromagnetical influences. So he's going to turn on his machine, which is powered by a gas lawnmower engine, and is just going to try and navigate off of it.
I'm just gonna
Paul,
point
roll
this
me
out.
cool.
Knowing a thing or
Can I
two
roll
about
weird?
No.
knowing a thing or
12.
So Paul strolls out in the mist, takes his goggles, and just with one fluid motion, it goes, and it rumbles to life on his back, just flawlessly, purring like a kitten. Like a very big, excessively engineered kitten.
There's only some sparks. Not even many sparks this time. you
The
guys.
sparks only enhance the experience.
I just feel the need to point out, knowing how EMF meters are supposed to work, presuming they work, knowing how they're supposed to work, this is how you find the nearest transformer.
I just like, oh, the doctor. We got to get the doctor out of the goddamn substation again.
So you were
Jesus
attempting
Christ.
to use this to find the graveyard.
Yes.
Roll me weird.
That is
7.
9.
Oh,
Right? Okay. You
I don't remember. Yeah.
you start to your goggles, the display you put on is lighting up and it shows signals everywhere, but you seem to have actually tuned it fairly correctly.
But
And
against all odds.
It is weirdly, this contraption is working strangely well. And it is picking up, you can see the power lines and the transformer and all, it picks up and all that, but you can actually get some separate readings. The software that you managed to cobble together is, in fact, differentiating between separate readings, and you are able to pick up something that seems kind of a strange and subtle enough that you think it might be a graveyard.
You see, James? I told you. All you have to do is keep trying, and on the third time, it's probably going to work. Maybe. Half the time.
I wish I could present counter evidence to that conclusion.
He's going to stroll off in that direction.
Okay. As you get closer to town, you're walking that way. It's a bit of a walk, maybe probably maybe 20 minutes to get into the town proper. Mm-hmm. You notice that there are actually several signals that seem like they could be graveyards. All of them in the town direction, but there do seem to be several. As you get into town and they start to kind of actually separate into different directions, you see one that seems to be one that you passed, and it turns out was a substation.
That was the calibration one.
Exactly.
wonderful.
We use that to fine-tune the instrument.
But you see some very weak pulses, one further in town and one kind of on the edge of town.
Tell me this place is built on a Native American burial ground.
One that's just the whole town.
Just tell me. Just-
The entire town.
You-
Were the child that went missing from the papers that we read, did it go missing in town or out of town?
Papers did not specify.
Okay.
If they knew where he was, they would not be missing.
We're gonna do the out of town one because that
He
one
li-
sounds
he-
more fun.
He lived in this kind of, not the downtown area, but like in the, the houses, the suburbs, kind of right off of it. It was where most people live, so they didn't really give much information on where he went missing.
Okay. We're gonna start on the outskirts of town because I've been told that I have a weird effect on people in the town.
Okay.
I'm not ready to get the police called on me yet.
As you go to the outskirts of town, you see a large stone church, and behind it, an old graveyard. Reasonably sized, an actual whole cemetery kind of thing. It's the size you'd expect for a smallish town.
And somewhere in the distance, inside an RV, James just looks up and goes, I feel like that worked, and there's no reason that should have worked.
My bullshit.
I can sense that was successful somehow.
I like how everybody else has finding out clues and things about the thing. Dr. Emmanuel was like, I'm gonna find a graveyard, and instead of just Googling it, built a contraption to find a graveyard and walked there.
Turns out that what you've seen in your experience and your weird off-the-wall knowledge of strange other worlds, you can tune it to basically detect spirits. Cool. And by and large, you see a whole lot of very small, very weak, subtle twinges on the graves.
So the next thing I want to do, and I don't know, is basically set up antenna for reference points in the graveyard, and then I want to see if I can pick up trails tying things to outside of the graveyard.
Okay.
So basically, see if there's anything that is pulling away from where it should be resting.
Okay.
I don't know. Is that just rolling things?
That would... since you're a mad scientist, it probably allows you to roll weird for that kind of stuff, right?
Oh, I could,
or would it be smart?
Yeah, I can use
for your
weird
playbook?
science and magic. So I can probably... Hang on a second. I gotta go back to the other page, the reference page. Because there's some magical effects that you can use to do something like this. Yeah. Communicate with something that you do not share a language with. Observe another time or place. Do one thing that is beyond human limitation.
Okay.
So, yeah, I would like to do something like that. This might even be a big magic thing. But weird science lets me use science equipment to basically skip out on that. And I want to, basically peruse the metaphysical plane and see if there are things that are tied where they shouldn't be.
Okay. As you approach, you start to, you go into the cemetery and you start to set some things up. And you hear a small voice behind you go, excuse me.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, back there. Hi.
Hello. And you turn around and you see a kind of shrunken old man walking down the steps of the church, white collar on full display. As the priest is coming out and...
Afternoon, Father.
Yes,
How glorious day we have today.
certainly.
It's
The Lord's
overcast.
Day.
Yeah, it's a place called Fog Hollow. It's
very
wonderful.
In the middle of a ghost story, it's definitely overcast.
May I
Soon
ask?
the thunderstorm will begin.
May I ask what precisely you're doing here?
I am analyzing the metaphysical planes to test to see whether incorporeal forms have been crossing over.
Are you feeling all right, son?
Ghosts, my lad! We're looking for ghosts.
Son, do you have a permit for this? Have you approved this with anyone?
I have a PhD.
It's not a permit.
It's kind of like a permit.
Do you not think perhaps the those laid to rest are better left in God's hands.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to figure out, if they are, in fact, in God's hands or not.
Oh, shit. And our mad scientist gets into a theological debate.
The priest looks vaguely amused. Well,
Ideally, like, if they're laid to rest, they should be here and they should stay here and then move on to the final world from here. However, if something was tied to something and wasn't behaving as it should, or if you were having disruptions in the metaphysical plane where something was crossing over, that would cause disruptions which would echo out from this area. Hence the big antennas.
oddly enough, I can't quite seem to disagree with you. My son, you think there is an issue with a missing soul?
No,
A
mostly I'm just
wayward-
doing this for fun. But other people, it seems, going to be concerned about it.
Do you not think
The
perhaps...
worst example of radical honesty I've ever seen.
And none of the rest of us are here to.
Oh, we can't rein him in. Oh God.
He's about to perform
Never again.
federal crime. You cannot be
stopped.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! We have to use these characters again at least once. So we can have a
If you
moment
do
to
not know what
remember
that is,
happened
if you do not know what that is,
Google
I
it.
highly encourage you to
Just-
Google that.
It's not even that funny.
No,
honestly.
it's not.
It's just one of those things.
It kind of became a thing among this group.
Full disclaimer for myself. I did ask before game, is it okay if I play a disruptive
Yes.
character?
He did.
Oh yeah.
He was authorized to do this.
This
This is on you, Charles.
I have brought this on myself.
And us. To be clear. all of us.
I am less concerned about that.
He's like, I'm worried about me.
My son, I do believe that perhaps a degree of reverence is in order. These people had their own tasks, goals, and ambitions, and things they did for fun. They deserve at least a modicum of peace at the end.
So...
So, what precisely are you attempting to do? Please, in layman's terms. Well, I can tell that you are quite apt at your craft. I am less informed.
Big stick there, big stick there. Hyper-resonance field charged from here, and we see where it goes.
What does a hyperresonance field precisely do?
Resonates?
Will this disturb those that are laid to rest here?
I mean, if they're buried, like 6 feet under, probably not.
All of them are buried properly.
Well, see, there shouldn't be a problem. Earth should grind it out. Maybe. Possibly. It depends. What's your soil composition here?
Roll a charm
Oh,
for
that's
this,
gonna go
for this whole
great.
conversation.
I can really
It's gonna
sense
go
the high
real well.
charm
Oh,
stat
yes.
on this character.
7?
7?
Oh, you're so lucky.
Seven is the lowest you can get and still be a success
Yes.
for the audience.
For reference, 7 through 9 is usually a success. Ish.
Yeah.
Success with a cost.
Yeah.
10 is a pure success.
This would be like manipulate, I guess.
Yeah, because you want to do this thing. The priest adamantly does not want you to do this thing. Your reason being, we gotta find this ghost if it's causing problems.
Yeah.
And-
They'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show you mean it. If you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take to do for them to let you do it.
Pretty sure what it's going to take is for you to go get a fucking permit.
My son, What is your goal in doing this? The resonance field, why do you want it?
Because that'll lead me to the next thing.
What is the next thing? What are you looking for?
I was told to find ghosts.
And you think there is one outside of its place of proper rest?
Yes.
I will be supervising you. And I will tell you when you can't do something, and you will not do it. This is my church ground. I will keep it.
This must be what it's like to have a conscience.
Do you say that out loud?
I think
More so than you think.
And Father Jiminy joins the party.
In life expectancy, half a session.
And now we have a playbook divine.
Look, I made a friend. I didn't even have to level up 5 times to make a friend.
No, he didn't say add an ally.
Well, maybe
He's not an ally. He's a party member. Very different.
maybe one of the like mortal
He's an
playbook
overseer.
could actually probably be the regular guy playbook.
And he will, as you set up, I'm assuming you do precisely as described, 2 things in the ground, run your equipment.
Yeah.
He will...
And he'll actually coordinate with the father to make sure that he's like, all right, where would be a good place to not disturb things? Like, I just need a resonance point in the field. That would be kind of central so I can get a feel of it.
The closer to the edges, the better, so long as it is not on top of any grave.
What about in paths or crossways? Actually, that'd be great. What about a crossway near the center, like in a main intersection, so I can get like the 2...
Crossways are fine so long as you are not disturbing anything in the area. Leave it as is. The main thing to remember is this: do not disturb the graves themselves.
But of course, I'll keep the things that are likely to go awry with me away, and I'll just keep the resonance stuff.
That
here.
would be appreciated.
Yeah, this will be great.
As he finds out this priest has been dead for 20 years.
The priest resonates.
It's the most strong resonance in the county.
And you run your equipment, and you find seems to be, things here and there that, yes, there's weak signs heading out. It is All Hallows Eve. There is, definitely more restless activity like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, half the creepy playlist sounds like that.
And it
hadn't made a noise for a long time.
I know. I hadn't actually realized that it was music
it's
just wasn't playing.
it is. It's just very quiet, atmospheric sound that we can't really hear because it's low in the room, but they can.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It's like that.
As you set up, you get some strange readings of but the kind of thing that I am assuming that you have taken ghost readings on All Hallows Eve several times before. Is that correct?
I've attempted to.
Roll me a smarts.
He's attempted to. Whether or not he succeeded is... Man, I am just rolling in the 7s today.
Another 7?
Another 7.
You get lots of little, trails and things. This is the night that spirits wander. And you are seeing wandering. And it's hard to tell because it's an entire cemetery.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trails.
There's a lot of spirits.
It will take some time and some proper investigation to really be able to pick up on any details.
Which really all this was just trying to get me to be able to roll an investigative mystery check.
Which you
Sounds
may
like you succeeded.
you may roll now. You know a good place to look.
Cool. Sharp.
Yep, you
Yep.
roll sharp.
Sharp. That's it. Not smarts. Sharp.
Oh, yeah, that's real bad.
You ain't holding shit. Mark
I
XP,
found a
bro.
lot of other ghosts.
My God, there's a lot of ghosts here.
Yeah.
Get that XP.
And I guess we'll come back to you for now. as you are wandering, trying to search the graveyard, and largely just finding that, hey, you know what? A graveyard is full of ghosts. Go figure.
We found the ghosts, you boys.
And you do notice that some of them do seem to be wandering out and around, but they're weak signs. They seem to mostly stop at the fence or stop very shortly beyond. Nothing that seems to be a large spook traveling through the land kind of signs. Not at least leaving the cemetery. So.
Yeah.
But you're still looking.
This way, brother. There are ghosts to find.
Good Lord, what have I done?
Somewhere in the distance. How does this keep working? This doesn't make sense.
But my bullshit sense is still tingling.
All you need is enough techno babble.
Now,
The bad thing that happens to you right now is this. You are acutely aware.
Oh, God.
Joe.
All right. I pull up into the First National Bank of Hog Follow.
Other way around.
Fog Hollow.
Either one, really.
Yes. And I open my glove box and I go through and I'm taking out my like several IDs and wallet combinations, and I eventually settle on a smooth black leather jacket. Yeah, Jeb Oakley, I think you'll do nicely for this one. Slip that in my pocket, spruce up my jacket, straighten up my tie, put on a little bit of cologne. Oh, it's showtime. And then I waltz on in and walk directly, don't give a shit if there's a line, directly to the first open like door with a bank branch manager in it. Greetings. My name is Jeb Oakley. And you are?
First, roll me a luck.
What do you mean, roll you a luck?
Luck
What?
is a resource.
Yeah, luck
I
is a
know.
resource.
Just roll.
Oh, just roll a dice.
I gotta know if you're lucky
one?
or not.
1?
Oh, 2.
Okay. I mean, that's a 9.
9. Okay.
Could be worse.
Above that.
Fortunately, there is not someone currently in there with the bank branch manager.
Beautiful.
Now you get to roll me a charm.
All right. That's a 7. That's a 7. 7 to charm.
So, well, good day. What can I do for you?
I'm Mr. Jeb Oakley, and I'm interested in starting a hotel in your fine town of Fog Hollow. I extend my hand and and if he returns, give a firm
I'll give you a
handshake.
shake.
So I've come here to begin the process. Got to see what banking options I have here. I need to secure a loan. I need to find out if there are any vacant properties that are going well. I think I see big things on the horizon for Fog Hollow.
Well, we do have an up-and-coming population, and you seem to... What kind of hotel are you talking about?
I'm thinking of a relaxing resort. A place to get away for big city folk, to come to enjoy the serene atmosphere of this lovely town. You know, they send the kids away to grandma and grandpa's, maybe a spa. You know, I'm thinking just a real nice establishment, real fine establishment, matching in with the small town keepings of this fine town.
Very well. All right. Well, and I take it you wish for a loan to accomplish this.
Well, yes, but before I secure fundings, I need to find out what the real property in these areas are like. Are there any vacant plots? Any perhaps foreclosed upon or abandoned properties that might be in a central location, or maybe, you know, somewhere on the outskirts of town, a little bit of drive away from the busy, bustling downtown city of this wonderful, wonderful town.
Hardly a bustling city, but
Not yet.
I take your meaning. Well, we do have a number of plots like that. You may wish to consult with a realtor first.
Why, of course. But first, I like to lay the groundwork with all the individuals I'll be working with. Just so happened, on my way into town, I saw this lovely bank first. Who are the important people? What are some recommendations? I figure that you handle these sort of transactions for people in this town.
Business loans are certainly within our purview.
Naturally. So I need some advice. Who should I go to?
Well, I suppose, like I said, consulting with a realtor in the area would likely be a proper way to figure out appropriate plots of land, what is currently for sale. We have a number of, there are, of course, some empty lots and vacant buildings at the moment. So a realtor would be able to walk you through the best way to browse all those listings. Knowing the police would be not improper, making an introduction to the police.
Excellent.
That way, to be, make sure you have the proper permits and paperwork filed and whatnot.
Of course.
Stopping into our city hall, making sure that, again, that paperwork's filing, making sure the bureaucracy is all in place.
Excellent. Now, are there any realtors that you have contracts with, that you do business with already? I'm looking to really get this project moving as fast as humanly possible, which is why I figure when you want something done, you go to the money first.
Well, there are several realtors, yes, that I would count as reliable.
Excellent.
There, if you go to here, I will give you the address, and he'll take out a pen, jot down an address, and that is Miss Mary Carson.
Mary Carson.
Miss Mary
Wonderful.
Carson, yes. She's an excellent realtor with a good knowledge of this town and a solid head on her shoulders. I trust her with these matters.
Perfect. That is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone dependable and trustworthy. Now, do you do any dealings with the government individuals in this town, the wonderful elected officials, mayor, deputy mayor, anyone? Who should I be talking to about getting these permits?
Well, I would probably start by talking to the clerk at town hall.
Excellent. Okay.
They will be able to direct you to what specific filings you need.
Excellent. Do you know who the mayor is by chance? This is my first time visiting. I've, of course, looked through the town
Sure.
on the Google, but I'm still getting used to this newfangled technology.
The current mayor is Josiah Bradford.
Josiah Radford?
Bradford. Yes.
Josiah Bradford. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it. And
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to doing business with you, sir.
Well, I'm sure the pleasure will be all mine. Good luck with your endeavors. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for.
Excellent. Thank you. And then I go ahead and I turn around and I start walking out. And as I am walking out, I want to pick a pocket.
Okay.
Could you mouse the music down just a little bit?
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's cool.
Turn it up because the
Because the other one was quiet.
creepy one is
A
quiet.
little more
Yes.
subdued.
Yes. I want to pick a pocket. I feel like this is going to be an act under pressure.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's cool.
Yes, it is.
Which I'm real good at.
But are you good enough? Paul over there sounding like a Halloween skeleton. This is some pick and pocket music right here.
Yes, I am, because I'm using the luck point. I rolled a 12 on that.
All right.
Pockets at the county fair.
As you manage, you go and you shake the man's hand, and As you are walking out, you notice a person who had just finished up with a teller and is walking out the door, and you just, as he is putting his jacket back on to go outside and it swings around, you just kind of put your hand out in just the right way that it just floop, swipes over your hand right where you saw him put his wallet, and it is in your hand now.
Excellent. Wonderful. Well, I go ahead and I put that in my nice pocket, in my suit jacket, and I waltz right on out. Just in time to get a buzzing text message talking about schools and haunted ghosts and all kinds of bullshit. And I'm like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, that would have been good to know 5 seconds ago. I could have asked him about the damn schoolhouse. God damn it.
Google Maps.
All right, so where is everyone going to head now?
I am probably, after I'm done with my side research, going to head back to the trailer.
Would you have continued to do further research into something, or would you have...
Into ghosts. Basically, ghosts, hauntings, missing children.
Roll me a sharp.
All right. Six.
The dice have taken a negative toll.
You find lots of little, Halloween stories and such, but nothing that seems to actually have any substance. Whole lot of, people talking.
Cool. All right, then I will go back to the trailer.
Okay. Dave, do you have anything?
I guess I'm going to check out the schoolhouse.
Okay. Are you going to wait at the trailer for others, or are you just going to go on over?
Let's take a look.
Okay. Paul, what are you doing?
As he wraps up his investigation of the first graveyard site, I guess he's going to be at a loss for what to check next, because we hadn't mentioned the schoolhouse yet.
I actually texted you while I was doing research.
Yes, with giant EMP.
Well, yes.
Certainly are using components from his cell phone.
Do you tell anyone you're checking out the schoolhouse?
Gonna go with no.
Okay.
I'm going to send a group text message. I found many ghosts at the graveyard, but not anything useful.
Shocker.
May need ride.
Oh, dear Lord.
Just getting out of the library. Was going to head back to the trailer. See text about schoolhouse.
Also, I met a friend.
I don't... Is this a run out of town friend, or...
Say hello to Padre Frederick. And sends a selfie of him with his arm around the pastor.
I feel like the pastor is just kind of hovering forward a little bit, just so that it's just buddy. And he's just
oh God, no.
Okay.
En route to pick up Dr. Shaki.
Can you grab me on the way?
Oh wait, no, it's a coupe. It's only got... Oh, and it has 4 seats. Never mind.
Yeah. Can do.
I'm riding a bicycle. I can't look at myself.
Sorry. Sorry, Jeb. Things didn't quite work out this time. But I take out that envelope with the bank's, stationery on it, and I go ahead and count my ill-gotten gains. How much did I get?
Just give me another just straight roll to see.
That's 7.
You get about $100.
$100. Not bad. Not bad.
Could be worse.
I get dinner for the night. Well,
That's a nice dinner.
it is a nice dinner.
You, in addition, there's...
Does he look like someone of inexpensive taste
yeah,
to you?
it's $100. In addition, there's the normal stuff. There's a Walgreens card in there. There's a driver's license. There is a credit card, but you know from experience
this is a bad idea.
that is 1 traceable and 2 canceled almost immediately. So
Yeah. Let's
Driver's license, though.
driver's license. Yeah, I could sell that and get some cheap change. All right.
Out here, you're honestly better off just dropping the wallet.
No, not. I'm not gonna sell it to somebody here. I'm gonna sell it to somebody trying to make it fake. Come on, use your head.
And poor old Frank Bohr is out $100 and a credit card, so
That's fine.
he's
He
having
can-
a bad day.
He can file a claim. He'll be fine.
Real bad day.
He'll be fine.
Those were Frank's last $100.
So I guess do you? So I guess you said
Frank
you're gonna
Jr.
wrap up.
starve.
So like now it's it's getting later into the evening. You said you're gonna wrap up and head back.
Yeah, I'm
With
gonna
your-
get right back with him.
Okay.
Yep. That's why I
So
swing by the
you all
library.
said you're heading back to that. We'll go to Dave then, who was
After
heading
some
out to
very-
go check out the schoolhouse.
Yes.
And you ride out into town, and as you're going through, it seems very standard. And as you get closer to the schoolhouse, it does start to get a bit foggy. As you get there, it's an old schoolhouse. You see it is 2 stories, and fairly large for like an old 1800s kind of schoolhouse, but not large by modern standards by any
Sure.
means.
But like 2 floors in 18
Yeah,
whatever.
like it.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
It's one's either side, but roughly the size of say a modern house, maybe even a little bigger, and with a big kind of bell tower, the same as you see in a lot of those schoolhouses, and it's old, decrepit, and run down. It clearly has not been used or maintained in decades, possibly even like a century. It seems like, in general, it is, the boards are kind of old and rotted, and it smells, the area is kind of overgrown and all that. But it does seem like it's generally been sheltered from the worst of the elements by the surrounding woods, enough that it's standing. It does not look like walking in is going to cause the thing to collapse around you, but it's old and it's run down.
Cool. I'm just gonna kind of like walk around the outside, get a sense for the place.
Okay.
Read a bad situation.
It's
Reading a bad situation would be a reasonable idea.
you could do that.
I could do that. My stat is awful for it, but who knows?
It's always worth rolling. Because you can get XP.
Actually, my stat's okay for it. Exactly 6.
Hey.
My stat
hello.
was just barely bad enough.
Hello, Mayhem Mistress, with the lurking in our chat, apparently.
Hey, how's it going?
Hola. And so, what did you get on your roll?
6.
6.
This situation seems fine.
You look around. It is a creepy old schoolhouse. It's a creepy old schoolhouse.
Okay.
Wonderful.
As far as you can see and tell, it's what it says on the tin.
It is creepy. It's a schoolhouse.
This thing is not fucking haunted at all, is it? Fuck.
I mean, like, from experience that haunted places do not always at all times bear all the signs. It's possible it's just, you came at the time that it's not haunted, but it's getting to be dusk at All Hallows Eve.
The stars are not right.
So you don't notice anything.
Cool.
Dear
The
Lord.
plane. It's not weak enough yet. Things can't cross over yet.
Just gonna make this.
If you see a white squirrel, it wasn't my fault.
What
Really
in the
torn on whether to go in or not.
I will say, when I saw him, when I came to pick him up, the first thing
cool,
I said was,
cool.
"Dear
I'm
Lord,
going
it's a
inside."
fucking robot."
Okay. So you go and walk inside.
Assuming that there is an insufficiently locked door I can find.
You walk up to the door, you try it, and it opens.
Yes. Going to quietly inch the zipper on my my like gym bag that I'm carrying around open about halfway before I do, but that I'm going inside.
The door creaks open, and you step inside.
Yep. Pull out a flashlight. Safe to assume I have a flashlight on my person.
It's pretty dark in here with
Yeah.
the shade from the forest and the sun starting to get low. It's it's dusk. Flashlight. It's no problem if you want to have a flashlight. That's
I came on a ghost hunting trip. I think
easy
it's
thing to say you
reasonable.
have.
Yeah.
No, I just gotta summon my imp to make it bring me a flashlight.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do something else and, like, I don't know, maybe create some kind of horrible hellfire.
That's a great idea.
You see lots of dust kind of floating around in there, and it's getting some creepy vibes, and floorboards are creaking under your step as you walk. Where do you go in here? It's it's in a front hallway. It seems to go into a few different rooms, and some stairs leading up.
I guess I'm going to stay on the first floor.
Okay.
I don't have the information about the second floor office. So
That's true. You don't know that.
Okay.
I'm going to look around down here.
All right. Roll me weird.
Oh, good. That's a good stat for me.
Yeah.
That's exactly a 6 again because I rolled a 7 and I have
All
minus
right.
1.
Oh no.
XP!
We're
I would
going
love that level
to
up.
come back to you.
Sounds good.
Everyone else,
Okay.
you all managed to make it back to the Winnebago. No one's in your way. How fast are you driving?
Oh, I committed a crime, so I'm driving one under the speed limit because I committed a crime. I have evidence of a crime on my person.
One crime at a time.
Yes.
Do not give the
Okay.
police any reason to pull you over.
You do not.
Naturally.
You pass a cop car.
Yeah.
It does not seem to be bothered with you driving
No.
the speed limit.
Exactly. That's
Derek,
why
what
I
did you
it.
do?
Why? Now, why would you say something like that?
You're driving at I committed a crime speed.
Now, look. We all make mistakes in life. And
Mine was
Mr.
5 minutes ago.
And Mr. Frank Bohr's mistake was being clumsy. He will find his wallet on the floor outside of that diner we just passed a mile ago when I went to use the restroom.
Will it have everything in it? Oh, that's a stupid question. I know the answer already.
It will naturally have everything that was in it before he made that bank withdrawal.
Damn it.
So what are we having for dinner?
Haunted schoolhouse.
Okay.
Sounds delicious.
Wonderful. All right. So we'll just go ahead and pick up James and we'll ride on over there.
I saw him at the base.
You saw him at the base?
I saw him at the base.
Oh, wonderful. So he should still be there. This should be no problem. Dr. Cunningham,
Yes.
you're glowing a bit.
Oh, I forgot to turn off the compressor on this.
Oh my god.
Loud noise.
Discharge the capacitors.
What?
Thank
What is that?
Do
It's
you
my.
truly want to know?
Yes.
Oh, well.
'Cause
Well,
we're in
I'm so glad
we're
you
in a
asked.
Smallish car with it.
You ever heard of an EMF detector, like a electromagnetic field detector?
Think about what I do for a living. Do you think I've heard of an EMF detector?
You do all sorts of cult things. People in cults are way into EMFs.
Yes, I have heard of an EMF detector, Cunningham.
All
That
right,
is
so like make it super big, and
yeah.
because
I imagine it can better detect electromagnetics.
yeah, because I'm not trying to detect like just ambient ones. I'm trying to detect like deep magnetic fields.
Deep magnetic fields, you say?
Yes, we're trying to go into the
Now,
boundaries of life is what
of
we're
course.
trying to determine.
Now,
here.
Mister, what I would like for you to do,
Yeah.
rack your brain for me, please,
Okay.
silently.
I will try.
Can you tell me why a ghost might be haunting this here schoolhouse? I'm manipulating you. That's a 2. With which goes to 4, which is still not a success. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark experience. How mad at me are you that I just
So deeply insulted your intelligence.
yeah not insulted your intelligence, but not so cleverly asked you to shut up?
I'm not sure he puzzled it out, honestly.
Then you're good.
Wonderful. As long as you're not mad at me.
A drawn-out answer of why he thinks a ghost might be electromagnetically tied to a school in which it had died.
Which, interestingly, I think means you do get an experience, even though you technically did what he told you to, but not what he wanted you to do.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
I was like, oh Lord, he forgot the silent part. The silent part was the important part of that.
Well, you see, when somebody dies, their brain just has a wave of energy because that's the last of the electrical signals that control your whole body. That kind of pulse might resonate in an area. And that kind of thing is the thing that
Of course, Dr. Cunningham.
You know that makes sense
just
because
keeps going and going and going.
Ninja,
Oh,
you,
boy.
you know that makes sense because the haunting
And then we must
experience
call
has been
Winnebago.
related to love. Of course.
Roll the 2 dice again, Joe.
5.
That's how many minutes he goes on of just straight, pure explanation, not hearing anything you've said.
Doctor,
Oh, yeah.
we're here.
Oh.
James, the lights in the
James?
Winnebago are off, and your freaky horse carriage also isn't lit up. So I'm imagining
Yeah,
you ain't
because
got nothing.
that was because of it's there.
I don't see his bike.
All the lights are in this backpack now.
I needed them. I needed them from there for here.
He took all the light.
It was
all the
really
lights.
important.
Okay,
I will put the headlights back before we leave.
that
Yeah, that's important for
Is a
legal
requirement.
driving. I don't see James's bike.
Okay.
Do you want me to make him one?
Let me.
No,
he has one.
That we're saying he has his bike. We're saying he left the
Okay, got it.
Okay, I'm
text
gonna
to
go
James. Hey
ahead
James, where are you?
and press number 2 on my speed dial,
Okay.
which is Mr. Damon James, whatever your last name is,
Charleston. thank you.
Charleston.
Can I currently receive cell phone calls?
Interestingly, it goes directly to voicemail.
Yes.
We're sorry.
Which
This
probably
user
assumes
you're
you're a high
trying to-
school English student, by the way.
Yeah.
Either that or it says, "We're sorry. The user you're trying to reach is a voicemail box that has not been set up yet."
No, he's definitely sent his voicemail box. He's
What
teaching.
is your voicemail? I want to hear it
yes,
now.
we need to hear this.
Hi, you've reached the voicemail of James Charleston. If this is a matter pertaining to school, if you could leave a short message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, unless this is a weekend or a holiday, in which case I will get back to you, whenever. If for anything else, just leave a message.
Yes. If you want to know what the homework is, check the flipping Schoology. It's posted.
If you're a student with a question, read the syllabus.
Hey, James.
Press 1.
We are at the Winnebago, and you do not happen to be here. And because you never turn off your cell phone, I'm assuming that you are dead. Rest in peace, buddy. All right, everybody. Let's blow town.
No, we are not blowing down, Derek.
Game over.
So so as he was calling, Molly sent a text to James saying, "Hey James, where are you?" Like as he was dialing to call.
Hide those.
Does the
from
text
me.
go through?
They're too
me-
easily.
I mean,
Me.
it says sent.
Okay, cool.
Your phone says sent, so it's clearly not
Cool.
your phone.
Does he see the text?
You don't know that.
We'll find out.
Okay.
It's less comfortable when I'm on this side of that response.
Now,
I get to torture Dave.
Okay.
if I were
Dave, you have a dream.
So he
Some weird guy with antlers wants to fuck with you.
went. What text did you send to Molly about from the sheriff's office?
To check on the schoolhouse.
He sent me a text about checking on the schoolhouse when he was talking to the sheriff. I wonder if he went there.
Now, why in the goddamn hell would James be so dumb as to go to the location of the haunting all by his lonesome?
I don't know, but right now he's not getting cell reception or not answering his phone, and that's not like him because we're not asking about an English paper.
Oh, wait a second. One question. That's off, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Yeah.
Okay. I thought it might be on our end. Just, you know.
So I say gear up and head to the schoolhouse.
All right, I'll grab Bertha. Let's go.
I shall get you the saw.
Oh, you are not bringing that saw in Meredith.
No, we take the bus.
I don't want to drive the bus. Okay, fine. I'll drive the fucking bus. All right. I go to the
Do you
trunk.
really want to bring Meredith to a haunting?
Well, if we need to blow out of town, I'd much rather be riding in Meredith than riding in the fucking Beast.
Look, you know how to get to the schoolhouse?
I do not. I know I'll fucking drive the goddamn Beast. Okay.
Yay. My stuff comes with.
I go to the trunk of Meredith, open it up, and I pull out a nice double-barrel sawn-off shotgun. I also take off my suit jacket and my fancy tie, because I ain't getting ectoplasm on these again.
I can drive the beast if you wanted to drive Meredith.
No.
Okay.
This makes more sense.
He said something I said makes sense.
There's a first for everything. Let's go. Slam the dashboard with
Wait.
my fist.
Hold up.
Yeah, put
Runs
the
around.
fucking headlights back in, you son of a bitch.
Okay, now we're good.
And go!
All right. So you rumble your way through the town, getting some, looks and such, but no one's stopping you or anything, and
Yeah.
head out to the, out to the outskirts where the,
Molly,
the school
do me a favor, and for the next 5 minutes, do not recline your chair any more than it exactly is right now.
I'm not gonna. Sure.
The saw.
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna
And-
make me a thing.
You arrive at the schoolhouse. It's not a short drive away, and you pull up down an old dusty road. Off into the woods, out of sight, out of the town.
I rolled really good on my make a thing.
He's got a thing.
He's got a thing.
You roll up in an old dusty road, rumbles out of town. The sun finally seems to, finally disappearing over the horizon as night truly starts to fall across the valley. And it starts to get dark. And as you pull up to that schoolhouse, it seems rather ominous.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I gotta go consult Zazzles. I produce.
Wait. Reese's cup.
Oh, god damn it. You spoil him. I go ahead and I take out my imp stuff.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead
How
and roll
exactly
my weird.
does this work?
How this works is I bring it real close and I call upon his true name. And I invoke it with power. And I add in the fact that if you do this for me, you will be getting a Reese cup, which is more than I usually give you. So you better be thankful you got forsaken spit. And I rolled a 10, so
Okay.
the use magic roll. What I want to do is summon the demon that is bound to serve the holder of the imp stone.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume it goes off without a hitch, especially since I'm also providing it an offering.
As you do, the stone starts to heat, and some runes start to glow along the
It's one of those little
outside.
fun-size Halloween ones.
gotta watch his diet.
Small, as it kind of heats more and more to the point where it's a little uncomfortable in your hand, even.
Yeah, but
That
if
is
you
too
drop
much.
it, that's how he wins.
And all of a sudden, all of the heat seems to turn into just one flame that goes shoots off the top, right. Sorry about that.
Hello.
Hi,
yeah.
Check
microphone.
the level in OBS to make sure it didn't knock loose or anything.
And people can still hear me, as it turns out. Yeah,
I did
so
knock it loose once.
it goes
That's why I
and
was-
comes down onto the ground right in front of you, and in front of you is about 2 feet high, a small, gangly imp, red all over, with a thin, whippy tail.
Okay, Zazzles. You know the drill. You do the work, you get the prize.
You know, I was getting pretty comfy. I was just sitting down. It's been a long damn day.
Now look here. I done gave you a week off. A whole week. I ain't bother you for nothing. And you're getting...
What is that?
It's a Reese cup.
I like those.
I know you do. So come on. This is
give me
one.
the cup.
No, you know the rules.
All
After
right.
the job.
All right.
After the job.
Well, you better hold that up.
Of course,
I'm holding you to
it's
it.
a fucking Reese cup.
Well, I don't know what the hell that is. I just know that I can't get them back there.
I know you can.
I'm assuming that. You know what? Whatever. You tell me what.
Okay, Zazzles.
What do you want me to do?
Here's what the deal is. Our good companion,
Mr. Charles.
Mr. Charleston.
Mr. Charleston?
Yeah. He,
I like him.
well,
Good aura. Can tell.
Oh, good. What I would like you to do is go on in to that there creepy schoolhouse.
You want. Boss, do you see that place?
Oh, no, I know. That's why I'm sending you.
Radical honesty.
Chaotic, honest on this side of the table.
I ain't
No.
asking
We
you-
can tell these things. That thing's bad news.
Oh, I know this bad news. Once again. That's why I'm sending you. Because you can just... Look,
I can look.
go in there.
I
sniff
can't
them
make
out.
no promises.
I'm
That
not
place,
asking you
there's
to
something-
promise. I'm asking you to try. Go in there. I just need to know if he's in there. Because if he's not in there, just as soon as you sniff him out, you don't even have to see him. Just come on back.
All right.
I just need to confirm, and
Alright.
then you get the receipt.
All right. Fine.
So, interesting side note. I thought up the idea that when my chain is outside of its case, which in this case is a gym bag,
Sure.
that it whispers to everyone,
Sure.
which Zazzles would probably be able to hear at quite a distance since it's demonic whispering. It's always whispering to me. It's just everybody else can hear it when I actually have it in my hand.
Nice.
So, depending on how my life has been going this whole time, Zazzles may or may not be able to hear my chain
Sure.
whispering from some
Okay.
distance.
You see Zazzles as he just kind of goes, all right, fine. And this whoa, and just kind of seems to just weirdly fluctuate and be gone.
Yep.
You've seen him do this
As natural.
before, and you hear little footsteps across the fallen leaves as he invisibly makes his way up to the door. Opens it
As
up,
in
slips
Pathfinder
inside.
Dungeons and Dragons, imps cast invisibility at will.
And
These days, I will puzzle out how he does the light refractions.
I mean, you can just ask him. He's pretty fucking stupid, but
It takes the sport out of it.
made a couple minutes later he'll come on back much faster this time, going like, oh yeah, no, that place is bad news. He's in there. I can sense him in there. It's the only good place about the place.
Okay. How did you sense him, specifically? Did you smell him? Did you catch an aura? Or how did
Yeah,
you
a
do it?
bit of an aura.
Did you hear his chain?
No, I didn't.
Good.
But I did. I mean, he's kind of one of us.
Well, I mean, yes, but
Yeah, I mean,
what I mean is if
we-
you
we-
could
we
hear
have a-
his chain, that means it's out, and if it's
Dramatic
out, that
review
means
ruined.
shit's gotten real.
I didn't hear his chain,
Okay.
but I can tell when he's around.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your services. And as promised, one fun-sized, pumpkin-shaped Reese's.
Well, thank you. The pumpkin ones are the best.
The
Thank
shape
you.
really does make a difference.
It does. It's about the chocolate to. You know what? I'm just gonna eat this.
Classic only.
And then just take a big
Classic
bite.
only.
As he takes a big bite, him and the Reese's go back into the fire, fly up, back into the stone, and it fades back to being cool and featureless.
That really hurt. I don't know if you guys know this, but the imp stone burns the entire time it's used. That's why I don't use
I
it
do.
too much.
I know.
I should really get a fucking glove.
I can get
Yeah. That
you like some. I got a cooling pack.
That's fine.
Paint the bottom with like heat resistant.
It's
I got
your
I got
hand
heat
is
absorbing
a
gel.
little red. It doesn't,
Yeah.
damage you or it's not burned or anything.
Yeah.
But it's a bit like if you have your hand under too hot water.
maybe
Yeah.
get like an oven mitt.
No, Zazzle's look. It's an interesting dynamic that we have. Because I know as soon as I lose track of this stone, that little sumbitch is going to stab me in the back. It's guaranteed.
Yeah.
He literally told me the first time I summoned him. He said
Good.
he would spit in my eye.
Good. He was honest. That means you can trust him for some values of trust.
I don't think that's what that means, but
When you're dealing with something like Zazzles, that's exactly what that means.
okay.
All right.
Well, he's in there. Let's go.
When even the mad scientist is skeptical.
All right. Onward. Gonna grab like my own. Well, no. I wouldn't even bother with the gym bag. I'll just grab a shotgun. Some
I
magic
need-
talismans and a blessed knife.
My action kit. So he's gonna
It's
run
called
back.
a saw.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. He's gonna come back out of the trailer with this horrendous chainsaw-looking thing that like glows ominously on all of the chain bits, and he's got his full-on lab coat and
I
his
really,
bigger goggles.
I
They're
really,
no different in any way, just bigger.
I really hate when he brings that thing out.
If you think this is bad, you should see what I just made in the back seat.
Oh, God. Okay, no, thank you. That's fine. Saw's fine. Let's go.
Okay. You all,
He's also still wearing the EMF pack.
as you all walk up to the schoolhouse, you get that ominous feeling. It's a creepy place, and you, I assume, go inside.
Okay. As the most well-armed of us, I suggest that the doctor go in first. God fucking damn it.
We got ghosts to find, boys. He wasn't even listening. You're like, all right. What I suggest is the doctor goes, we got ghosts to find.
I didn't even have to manipulate him.
No, he's just that fucking
It's
crazy.
that easy. This is why I'm losing my edge.
Frames? I keep seeing it flash orange. Are we dropping frames?
I am not seeing.
Okay, if it says we're not dropping frames, that's cool.
0.3%. It says.
Oh, okay.
That's
probably
within acceptable tolerances.
Yeah.
144 frames were dropped.
Oh my god, that's
Unfortunately,
almost
3
5
hours.
seconds.
Uh-huh.
That's almost 5 seconds, guys.
But okay. Well,
So Dr. Cunningham's going to go in first.
you get to the door and it just swings right open as you just barge your way right in.
Read a bad situation. So 7.
Yeah, you get to hold
I'm just rolling
one.
7s everywhere.
Better than rolling 6s.
What is the best
Oh,
way
I have
in?
no problem with it.
What is the best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims? You get to choose one.
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? I like that one a lot.
As you walk in, you got to read a bad situation.
Yep.
You have a creepy feeling, and as you get in, you notice that this creepy feeling seems to be more than just, oh, this place is creepy. There's something giving you a creepy feeling. That creepy feeling is not your own feeling.
Yep. Nope. Don't like this.
Roll a weird.
Weird. Ooh, that's not great. Chalking up them experiences. That's 5.
Yes.
Holy shit! You're
What
running away
about the
from
two of
leveling.
you? Are you following?
I got an
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Excellent.
I got an 8 on a dark past roll, so I get to ask one question. When I dealt with a creature like this in the past, what did I learn?
So, what you know about ghosts, having dealt with ghosts before, is that they are one of the more difficult things to deal with. Not necessarily the most dangerous, but they're not, a lot of monsters and ghoulies and demons and things, you can just stab it till it's dead. It might be really hard, but that is how you deal with it. It's fairly straightforward. Ghosts are going to be much more tricky. A lot of weird kind of shifts in reality. Little, things moving on their own when they shouldn't be. Things happening relating to their deaths that, shouldn't happen. And the hard part with ghosts is usually figuring out how the haunting manifests and how to counter it.
Okay.
Now, do you walk in after the doctor?
Yeah.
Okay. You take a few steps, roll a weird.
It's so weird to have a
And
mad
do you
scientist
walk in
around
after-
and have
Roll a
it
weird as
not
well.
Roll a
be-
weird.
I know.
I wanted to play a mad scientist for a long time.
Oh, shit.
7.
I did play Crazy
5.
before,
5?
which was very
You got a
similar.
7. Okay. So, Dave. You walk in, another day at school. It's, rough like it always is. Coming in, strange kind of. Get in and you've been having a bit of an off day today, running a little bit behind. And how was your night, your previous night, like the day, the night before you came to school today, is like you always did. How was your night?
I mean, it wasn't great. There's always some degree of nightmares every 3 or 4 days, but that one wasn't the best. And the whispering was a little louder than usual, so it made falling asleep last night a little difficult. So I probably only got 3 or 4 hours of sleep. But that's not super unusual, and honestly, what is living with a cursed chain but not kind of like having an infant except for the evils? So
Sure.
people go through this all the time. It's fine. So I'm good. I'm great, actually. Why do you ask?
Well, that's good because you're going in, and as you walk in, there's some other kids walking by, getting themselves to class, and they kind of shoulder you.
This is me as a school child and
Yes.
not a school teacher. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you were a teacher. I was just like, yes. I totally
You just
forgot
asked
you
the
were an
teacher
actual
how his
teacher.
day at
Different
school
answer to
was.
Yes.
that question.
You are. I tell you, you are back in school. It's another day. I forgot that you go to school normally as a character. that your character is in fact a teacher that goes
Yeah,
to
so
school.
like my character was probably in a
No,
school yesterday.
you are. It's high school.
Okay.
So and you're a student at the school.
Very different answer to that question.
Sorry.
Then last
I
night
should have
for me
specified
was
it.
probably rituals. it was like studying your catechism, but way
Sure.
worse.
But it's back to school now.
Yes.
Like you always have done.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, growing up in your
Sure.
weird cult family, I'm sure you went to a totally normal school.
Absolutely.
And you come in, and some kids are walking by, getting to class, and kind of shoulder you as they walk by. Fucking dickheads. But
How old am I?
whatever. What?
How old am I?
Probably about 15.
Okay, I don't have the chain yet. Cool.
Important question.
Important question. Because if I did, I always have it.
It is always there.
And you stumble a bit, but and then you hear from behind you, "Hey, weirdo!" And who do you see when you turn around?
Who do I see? Who is calling me weirdo? Well, in this stage, I'm definitely wearing all black. This is like 96, 97. So I'm definitely wearing the one side swooped black hair.
Hell yeah.
Just straight up Robbie from Gravity Falls.
100%. 100%. So I turn around and I'm guessing I am seeing. It's a smaller school, so let's go with captain of both football and track teams.
He's got his letter jacket on.
Yeah.
He's got the,
He's
he's
multi-accomplished.
Yeah.
flanked by his flunkies.
Not that good at track. It's just because it's a small school. Let's be honest.
It's
and
multi-accomplished for Frog Hall.
Yes.
he's like, and he goes, looks over and goes, like, that's some nice eyeshadow you're wearing there.
Do you have
What,
a
did your
point?
boyfriend put it on?
No. Maybe next time you could help.
Did you say to me, you little punk?
I do not have. Okay, cool. Let's try this. You go that way, I'll go this way, and nobody has problems.
Oh, I think you already got a problem. He walks up to you and kind of shoves your shoulder a bit.
Dear Lord, it's a 90s Disney Channel fucking bully.
It is.
The
Which
worst,
is what it's supposed to be.
the worst kind of bully.
And you feel a kind of frustration rising in you
Uh-huh.
as you hear the whispers of your chain from your backpack
Right.
telling you that you should probably sacrifice him to the demon gods.
Yes. But it hasn't fully formed into a chain yet, so I can't kill him with it. But I do still have the whispers.
It clinks.
Oh, is it a chain? Oh, that's not a good thing. Cool. I'm gonna roll act under pressure real quick.
Okay.
Take his blood, give the blood.
Huh. It's a 6 again. Wow. I play the demon character and roll nothing but 6s. Cool, guys. Cool. Thanks, game.
Thanks, Satan.
I guess I'm reaching for a chain.
All right. You unzip your backpack as him and his buddies are laughing about how they're, bullying you, and you whip out this chain,
Firmament's end, by the way.
Firmament's End. As you pull it out, the fire kind of flickers along the edge, not in flames, but within the steel itself.
And the hellish blackened steel with its weird curvy spikes.
And what it's out, it is ignited, and you can feel its pleasure as it knows that violence is coming. What do you do?
So I had less self-control at this point, which wasn't a problem because I wasn't carrying deadly weapons at the time. But in this version I am. So I'm gonna hit him with a horrifying demon chain.
Okay.
I guess.
Hell yeah. Fuck
Gonna
him
roll
up.
to kick some ass?
I am. Oh, okay, cool. That's a roll. That's a 10.
Yeah.
As you whip,
I can land that roll.
as you
Cool.
whip this chain around, it almost seems to be doing its own thing. It's just it's tired of being in that bag, and it wraps around the bully and just tightens up into 3 neat pieces as he falls to the ground. And then coming back around, it snakes around, gathering around both of the people on either side, and just coiling around their necks, where again, their heads just fall off as they collapse to the ground into a heap. Right around that time, you notice the teacher, Mrs. Dow's, round the corner.
I know what this looks like, and it's exactly what it looks like. I did, in fact, just murder 3 humans with the demonic fire chain, but it's okay. They were 90s Disney villains.
They don't have souls. We all know that. I will not murder students in the hallway. I will not murder students.
Mr. Charleston!
You clean that up right now.
Fighting in the halls again, are we? I
I
thought
wish this character wouldn't have been such a fucking punk at 15. I don't want to do this. Wasn't really much of a fight.
Well, we'll see how much you liked fighting and causing trouble for other students. Detention for you immediately.
Oh no, not detention.
What do you do?
The greatest punishment for murder. That's the problem with today's justice system.
Fuck
Nearly
me.
enough detention.
Sideways.
Oh yeah.
Are you gonna hit a teacher with a chain?
I guess I'm gonna hit a ghost teacher with a chain.
It seems to me like that's the thing to do right now.
I was like, oh, let's just roll some dice and see like how bad it is. I figure it's not that hard for him to resist the urge to hit a teacher with a chain.
Then he rolls a 2.
And then I roll 2.
Yep.
I rolled double 1, so I guess I'm trying to hit a ghost teacher with a chain.
Okay, roll the attack.
So yeah, James just stands there for a few seconds, sort of building up that quiet rage until it explodes again.
Whispers are building.
Oh my god.
It's another fucking 10.
All right. You whip this chain
Do I
out,
get extreme?
and,
No, of course I don't. That was a decision roll, not a mechanical roll.
Yeah.
and you wrap the chain around her the same way you normally have. Its spikes digging in, and as you pull, it seems to pass through her, but it leaves these scarring, burning marks all across her body as she shrieks in this bizarre, unnatural pain. She goes, and reaches out, snags your ear, and pulls you off into another direction.
Okay. Can I use this opportunity to act under pressure?
Sure.
To attempt to realize that there are several problems with this situation. First of all, I'm too young to have this chain.
Reality is not.
That's a 6.
Oh no.
Man,
Wait, wouldn't it be
detention
sharp
again.
wouldn't it be sharp to read a bad situation?
No, because I'm not. It's not that I'm reading the bad situation. It's that I am attempting to fight against the pressure.
I will
of the
allow you to use
situation.
either cool or weird.
That's exactly the same.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
They are both -1s.
Oh, damn.
I level up though, so that's neat.
Hey, there you
Hey.
So as I'm getting dragged off, y'all do your thing. I'm going to figure out how I'm leveling.
go. So we're going to go. The 3 of you all enter at roughly the same time. It's, you show up to school a lot together. You tend to be, friends.
Oh, we're children again.
As
we're
you
children as well.
show up on another day of school in the morning.
Normal Molly, be normal Molly, be normal Molly, be normal Molly.
And you're back in school. But it's
I
like
found a frog.
A frog where?
might have a
He's got a box.
Oh, God.
you. What was your childhood like?
Well, you know, I got through most of schooling, but probably around halfway through middle school when you know the old lady kicked the bucket and Jack went ahead and walked off to get cigarettes and didn't come back. There wasn't a whole lot of things to do, and when you live in a small town like I did, nobody was really checking up on you, so I would go to school sometimes. Sure.
Which is interesting because you didn't go to school today. You're not sure how you found your way here. You were skipping.
Hell yeah, I was skipping.
Not sure how you were here.
We're skipping again?
No, I was literally hustling pool 5 fucking minutes ago.
Are you high?
No, I'm not high. You don't fucking hustle when you're high. You rub it on your sleeve so they think you're high so you can fucking run the table on those sons of bitches and take their money.
You
Just a goblin.
Paul, someone walks by and nudges your shoulder and you drop the frog.
No. Is he okay? I attempt to recatch the frog.
Roll me what would that be? A cool,
Act
probably.
under pressure?
Yeah, probably act under pressure.
No.
It's hopping away, and you start chasing
no.
after it.
The frog is gone.
You start chasing after it.
I do level up.
Our,
Nice.
our statistically unlikely outcomes are making us level
You
rapidly.
hear,
Hey, this means I can heal us now.
you two hear, "Hey, losers!" You turn around to see varsity captain of the football team and track team, wearing his leather jacket.
Brett
Curiously
Evans,
not bisected.
you can go fucking suck nards. You stupid son of a bitch.
You, as you turn and say that, you notice that he looks weird. As you look at him, you realize that he seems to have strange kind of lines, like cuts, through a lot of his body. Same with the other people. They seem to have like these weird like cuts across their necks. Oh, no. You don't see this.
Oh, okay.
They look perfectly fine to you. You notice that you seem to there's strange cuts and things all over them.
I'd like to read a bad situation, if
Sure.
I may.
This seems like a not good situation, so I'm gonna read it.
Okay, 9.
Oh, nice.
So that means 9 plus sharp makes that a 10, which means I get to hold 3. So, from the perspective of a 15-year-old high school student who just told the guy who's rapidly about to kick his ass that he could go suck nards, what's my best way out? What's most vulnerable to me? And from the mind space of there's something fucking weird going on, I'm going to ask, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Your best way out is probably like trying to find a teacher. Mm-hmm. There are some teachers that just will get everyone in trouble no matter what. But if you try to find, if you try to at least be around a teacher in a classroom or something, they're not going to beat you up directly in front of a teacher. Even they aren't that bold. As for what's the most dangerous to you, you...
No.
Or-
It's what's most vulnerable
What's
to me, which means what can I do to affect the most change in this situation?
Oh, what can you do
Yeah.
to affect the most change in the situation? Well, something's off.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you're thinking that maybe if you tried to do something unusual or untoward or something against what this would seem, maybe
Don't-
that might give you more information.
It's like, don't buy into the situation.
Yeah, and what was the third thing?
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? And that's kind of coming from the
danger you
there's
haven't
weird shit
noticed
going
is
on,
that
something's
your
off.
mind is not perceiving reality.
Oh, this is fake as shit.
What do you mean?
This is fake as shit. Oh, I got it.
Hey,
Come on, guys. Let's ditch these losers and skip. And I grab both of you by the arms,
not
and I'm manipulating both of you.
he's ran off.
You know what my parents
He's
are
ran
going
off.
to
He ran
do?
off after
Paul's
a frog.
character has ran off after the
Okay, so I'm manipulating you, and that is a 10. So if you go with it, my reason is something's wrong here. Let's fucking get out
Do
of
you
here.
know
Let's
what my
skedaddle.
parents are going to do if they get a call from the school?
You can mark experience and get +1 forward.
They're already fine. Let's go.
Okay, I grab her and run through the nearest door. I don't care what door it is. I just needed the real goal of that was not let's go skip. It was
Okay.
follow me.
Do you run out the front door or do you run out the nearest door in the place?
Nearest door in the place. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Because
The
I know I'm
nearest
not
door is-
perceiving
yeah.
reality, I'm figuring I'm going to be going wherever what this thing wants me to go anyways. So I'm
Sure.
just going to run in a direction.
You run through the nearest door and roll me a weird.
Okay. That is an 8.
Okay. You run through the nearest door and you burst into an old, decrepit, run-down, creaky, haunted schoolhouse.
Am I a child still?
Oh. But you're damn well in this house. You roll me a weird.
All right.
Wait, you said house, not school?
Schoolhouse.
Schoolhouse. Oh, okay.
9.
Okay? You burst into a room in here that is completely empty. No students, no teachers, no one chasing you. You're in your school, you're in your high school, you're in your books and everything, but man, that's weird. That's not supposed to be. That's not how anything's supposed to look.
Where is
Something's
everyone?
wrong.
Where is everyone?
Does she still see me?
Finally, Paul. You chase the frog.
Do I still see him?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You chase the frog, and as your head is looking down, you bump into something and fall over. You look up to see the teacher, Mrs. Dowes, standing over you going, "And just what do you think you were doing, young man?"
Well, I bought a frog for show and tell, but it got away. So
"You are letting wild animals loose inside the schoolhouse.
Yep.
You must really
Radical.
like your detentions, young man." And she swoops down, grabs you by the ear, hauls you away.
There should be kids in class. Where's the teacher?
Do you still see me as a kid? Does she
She
still see me
still
as a kid?
sees you as another student, yeah, but she does not like. Something's wrong. Something's very wrong.
Something's. Oh shit! My parents are gonna.
Look.
Flip.
You see me?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you see?
I see you.
Okay. What else? Describe the surroundings for me.
It's a classroom. It's
Okay.
empty.
Okay. Anything else?
There's a clock on the wall. There is no teacher where there should be a teacher.
Okay. Point at the clock for me. I'm assuming there's like no clock or it's incredibly broken or something.
There's nothing.
There's nothing there? Okay, yeah.
Empty wall.
Yeah, so I'm going to go over there and I'm going to just wish my hand in where she's pointing at.
Okay. It's his hand passes right through the clock. Roll another weird.
Did our ritual do something? Holy
Propose
shit!
that she gets like
Holy
a
shit,
plus
holy
one
shit,
forward
holy
for
shit.
this
She-
nonsense.
holy shit.
She absolutely gets
Holy
a
shit.
forward from
Yeah.
She absolutely gets a forward from that.
9.
You notice that there's nothing where he's waving your hand. In fact, he's waving in front of some old, decrepit, rundown boards. And you look around and see an empty room in an old haunted schoolhouse. And you notice right behind him, flip past the door, someone.
Someone behind you.
Oh, god damn it.
You turn around, there's no one there.
Do I still think I'm a
was
kid?
me.
Charlie, do I still think I'm in high school?
all along.
Do I still think I'm in high school?
Nope.
Okay.
You are back in reality.
I'm gonna backpedal and aim Bertha out the door,
Okay.
so that I'm shoulder to shoulder with Molly.
What is Bertha loaded with?
Regular shells. It doesn't say
Okay.
what, so I'm assuming it's just regular shells.
Okay.
Stuff.
You can have either slugs or shells.
Yeah, you didn't put any like ghost hunting shells or something. It's just shells.
I brought me my ghost hunting
I
shell.
don't think he would have that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So he's like, look, I'll let you guys do all the freaky shit. Clearly, some freaky shit is going down.
That was extremely unsettling.
It was. I never went to high school. What in the fuck?
I didn't even know either of you in high school, and quite frankly, that was a part of my life that was not
Okay.
Great.
Focus.
okay. Okay.
Trauma
okay.
later.
Okay. Okay.
We've got new trauma now.
All right.
We have to make new traumas.
Yeah.
All right. We're not back in the cult. There weren't any rituals. We're here with ghosts.
Doctor, can you hear me?
Can't hear anything.
You get no response.
Okay. My best bet is that the ghost is making us hallucinate shit.
Yeah.
That seems to be par for the course.
School-related things that does sometimes happen in hauntings. We just need to figure out what the pattern of the haunting is and how to break it.
Okay. So, I'm guessing that we need to go out in that there hallway and find our two fucking idiot companions.
Yeah.
After you, please.
Let's go. Yep. I'll go into the hallway.
Okay.
He is not a proud man.
You wander back into the hallway. It is dusty. It is musty. It is creepy. And you still have that lingering sense of dread. Though now you're aware of it. You're aware of the weight pressing down on your minds. It doesn't really make it more friendly to deal with.
No.
But it no longer is going to distract your thoughts and hinder your senses.
Okay, so here's the plan. We never, ever, ever split up while we're in this fucking building.
Good plan.
Excellent. So, you did the research.
Yeah.
Where do you think this is stemming from? What'd you hear? Give
Okay.
me the cliff notes.
So, there was a teacher who was locked in her office on the second floor for a prank.
Second floor. Got it.
Yes.
Let's go. One step at a time.
Office on the second floor, sometimes classrooms.
Sometimes classrooms. On the second floor? Or just classrooms in general?
The classroom would have been on the first floor.
Classroom on the
ones
first
that
floor,
you heard
office
of.
on the second floor.
Okay. Well, call it.
Not always the same classroom each time. We should go to the office
It is
first.
always
the
the same
Oh,
classroom.
it is always the same classroom?
classroom?
Okay.
Okay.
That was
Or
what
always
made
the
that
same-
stand out.
Always the same classroom, always the same office. We should go to the office first.
Office first. Okay, I'm following your lead.
Okay.
I'll watch your back, and we go back to back up the stairs. I'm doing
You get to
paranoid fucking
your-
shotgun shit.
Start going up the stairs. As
Building this
the
up to code.
and you get
Of
to
course
the
it's not.
door
Decrepit old haunted building.
and it's locked.
Oh yeah, the door is always locked.
Oh well, I can solve that. Bang! with the butt of the shotgun.
Sure.
I'll roll tough for this, I guess, with my incredible tough of -1.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna take my experience.
So they have a better touch.
As you
goes off in your
smash
face.
this shotgun into this door, this is an old, worn down, broken up, ratty, rotted door. And your shotgun just bounces off. It
that's
does
fucking horse
nothing. You think that you might need a bit of something extra oomphy to get through that door.
This is some bullshit.
Chains.
Or
Now,
maybe a
okay.
demon chain.
I know.
Chainsaw.
I know Mr. James
powers
Charleston.
combined.
But god damn it, look at this ruckety ass door. Why can't I?
Let me try. I'm going to take my shotgun.
Worst character.
8.
8. You manage to thunk into this door, and your shotgun seems to find some solid purchase in that it makes a solid resounding boom in a weird tone that, like almost seems like this isn't locked. The door is not the issue. There's something that needs to be gotten through here.
Now that was some bullshit. That was a solid hit.
Yeah, it was bullshit. Okay. So this door being locked was a part of the haunting. So I think, or was a part of the death. So I think this might be a part of the haunting.
Okay, so we got to find out how to unlock this door then.
Yeah. First, let's try the classroom. Then we can come back here.
Okay. I'm super glad I didn't decide to shoot the lock.
Yeah.
So classroom's on the first floor?
Yeah.
Where at?
I would assume I'd know the classroom number. Yeah.
It was on the opposite side of the building from where you were.
Yep.
Probably the same, basically the first classroom on the right side of the building.
I will lead you to the classroom.
Wonderful. I'll fall in.
You get to the classroom, and again, the door is locked.
Motherfucker.
The door's locked, so that means people are inside. Well, that means there's an active haunting in this area right now. Because this door is only locked when there's an active haunting. The office door is always locked.
So how do we find a key to get into one of these?
It's a haunted door.
Okay.
Roll
Means you need a
me
haunted key.
roll me something that you would use to investigate this door a bit.
Sharp.
Almost like investigate a mystery.
Yeah.
It's almost as if. Well, I was also going to roll investigate a mystery because I'm here too.
6.
Oh, are you
It's
fucking
spreads.
Christ?
Are you
Are
fucking?
you fucking Christ?
I am.
As it turns out, yes.
I rolled 6 and I leveled up, and this is real sad
rolled-
because this is kind of my character's thing.
I rolled 5, and I
Has
didn't level
everybody?
up.
Oh, okay.
I'm one away though.
You
Almost everybody's about.
can't seem to really notice anything about this door.
Like this is some bullshit. This
It seems
doesn't
to
even
be a
have
door.
lock on it. It doesn't even have a lock on it. There's no fucking.
It does.
Oh, okay.
This one does.
Oh shit! I just
Both of them
didn't see
had
it.
locks, but like
What about the one directly across from me? Can I open that one? The one from opposite this door? Open that one. I
it
look
opens.
inside. I look inside. Is there anything in there?
Nope, dusty old cobwebs. And weirdly, you notice that on the way over to this hallway, there is some old furniture that looks like it has been severed into tiny pieces by some kind of razor sharp something. Torn to shreds.
Horrible, spiky, almost flaming object.
I sniff the air. Do I smell sulfur?
You do.
Oh, that stupid sumbitch took out his fucking chain. Okay. Okay. So
Oh God. That
Be
means
careful.
Doctor can use his stuff.
Do you?
there's a hallucinating Dr. James. No.
Dr. Emmanuel Cunningham.
I will
Dr.
say-
Emmanuel
Only got a
Cunningham.
master's degree. Don't
for that
Jesus
for that role, for the role where the investigative mystery, I will allow you to also use weird. If that would change the result or make
No,
you make it a
'cause they're
success
both
for
they're
either
both
of you.
+1.
No,
They're both
my
+1.
sharp is actually better than my weird.
Okay.
Yeah. So I okay. Be careful because those two idiots with an atomic goddamn chainsaw and a fucking flaming hell whip
the muscle
are
got like-
hallucinating.
Oh no!
Oh, that's just
This is
awesome.
why you always have will saves.
And this is
Weird is my good stat though.
so. Now, the good news is, I guess we're gonna find the missing child, hopefully alive and in one piece. Unless they atomic chainsaw the child. Yes, that I was just trying to subtly imply that.
Oh no.
And not implant the image in our audience's mind. Please do not atomic chainsaw the children.
I'm gonna atomic chainsaw the children.
Don't do it.
Do it.
It's in the teacher's handbook. Do not atomic chainsaw the children.
He's
So-
not a teacher, obviously.
He's got a PhD.
Oh, it's
Not an
also in the
instructor.
student code of conduct.
So
Do not atomic chainsaw.
This door is locked because of the haunting, right? Which means we probably got to do some magic bullshit to get it open.
Yeah.
I'm not super great at the magic bullshit, but I can help you. So I'm gonna roll to help you in your magic bullshit.
So can I do some bullshit and take the level up effect now?
Sure.
All right.
No, that's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
When you level up, you level up.
Yeah, in
Level up right
Monster
away.
of the Week, you just do.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've never leveled up any time other than the end of a session.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay.
Hey, I leveled up.
Hey.
All right. Some weird stuff.
I realized I messed up. Yes.
Such a
Use toughness to fight, not cool.
such a
10
10 for what?
for weird to try to do some magic-y bullshit to get this door open.
Okay.
Use magic. Open
Excellent.
the door.
You do some magic, and the door, whatever was holding it, you notice two things. One, you managed to fairly quickly dispel whatever was keeping the door locked. Two, this door isn't magic. This one, she just turned the lock and then was holding it.
Okay, this one was just locked. She was
She's
just
no
holding
longer
the door.
holding the lock, and it can be unlocked, but it also is just a door. This one's a door.
So this one was just a door. She was just holding the door shut.
Oh, cool. So I guess we could try.
It's
open
the-
it
it's-
with all of our strength.
Yeah,
again.
it's the one upstairs that that you could. Can you? Do you know how to pick a lock?
I mean, I can try. I'll go ahead and act under pressure to try to pick this lock.
Sure.
I don't have the crooked specialty that would make me super good at it, but I can try.
You have in your possession any number of long wiry objects out of his goddamn stupid tool belt that is filled with bullshit.
Hey.
It is not hard to find something that works as a makeshift lockpick, and you are more than familiar with
I rolled a
makeshift
7
lockpicks.
to act under pressure to open this lock. So
Takes a second. You don't have a
yeah.
proper lockpicking kit, and it's finicky, but you do finally manage to go, there! Damn it! And you break the thing off in it, but it does turn the lock.
I'm taking a move from another playbook for my
Hell
level
yeah.
up, and I am taking Hard to Kill. Is that the one from
From Chosen?
Invincible?
Yeah, Invincible.
I'm taking Invincible. I always count as having 2 armor.
Took that too.
I'm just saying, for the purposes
Okay.
of this game, that will manifest as I am obscenely lucky when it specifically comes to avoiding harm.
Sure. Okay.
Everything else,
For me,
no.
it's magical demon skin,
Yes.
probably.
And you
yeah,
open
just
the
take the
door,
damage.
and
get on the floor.
there's a
then
bunch of people
okay,
walking the dinosaur. And you see, it creaks open, and inside you see some people. You see some kind of weird mad scientist, a horrible demon child, and a 14-year-old kid. All sitting straight at their desks, eyes open, completely still and unmoving. Just
Oh, thank God. This
I'm
is
sorry,
the
am
best
I the
case
horrible demon child in this equation?
you have horrible demon skin that makes you invincible, apparently. So
No, it's not literal.
It's not visible.
Yeah, I don't just look like a fucking ghoul or
I'm not saying
something.
you look like that. I'm saying he
Oh.
knows you are.
Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. I am in fact demon spawn, that's fine.
We see the missing party members and
I look like...
You look like a dude. He
Yes.
knows you're a horrible demon spawn.
scenario. Oh, thank God. This is the best case scenario.
Seated right next to a monster.
Best
And-
case scenario.
And as well as a 14-year-old kid, all sitting completely unmoving. And the
Okay.
kid is looking rough.
So
we need to get him
So Paranormal Breakfast Club. Got it.
out of here.
Yeah.
You two, the two still under enchantment, have been in detention, sitting and behaving like good children are supposed to when they sit and behave. You have been naughty. You have been given detention, and you will sit and behave. The door opens. There are two other children that have come in. You do not understand. Both of you roll me a weird.
Weird.
I'm just gonna wait and see how yours goes.
Snake Eye!
Yeah, but
Weird is my worst stat. I don't understand how this is happening. It's gonna be a 6.
It's okay.
Weird
don't
is
worry.
my
we'll,
best
we'll
stat,
get
but
you out of
it's-
here.
No, it's a 4 actually.
Okay. And someone roll me a weird.
Shame dealing with all
just-
this.
Someone roll me a weird. Someone hand me 2 dice. I'll roll the weird. That works.
Oh, you shouldn't have rolled it. You rolled
13.
really well.
You
Well,
s-
no,
not your
you,
weird.
you're rolling
No,
just
no.
2 dice for him.
Oh,
So 11.
11.
Yeah. You see the 14-year-old shake and start to shudder and slowly turn and look at you just horrified and like, just kind of help as he's starting to kind of move.
I want to read a bad situation. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That is 10, which means I get to hold 3 again for reading a bad situation.
Okay.
hell yeah.
What's the best way to protect these victims? These
Okay.
two idiots and the child.
Nah, that's fair.
2,
I'll accept
are
that
there
one.
any dangers we haven't noticed? And 3, what's the best way out?
There are many dangers.
You.
I am separate.
So the best way to protect these 3
And the others.
will be to try and break the enchantment.
Okay.
They
wonderful.
currently are under the same kind of mental effect that you were in, but apparently it has fully corrupted and like, grabbed them.
Right.
And from your experience, you've been with these ghost hunters. Mental effects can be broken. If you have other
Yeah.
people there, you can get out of it. It's it can be tricky. It depends on the thing, but the best way is to try and get that off them so they can move again. Any dangers you haven't noticed, you hear the door upstairs open. And best way out,
Not good.
probably through the front door, which isn't very far, but it's going to be risky. Out the window works as well, but that's risky. That's glass. That's thorn bushes outside, and you don't know rocks and
Unkempt thing.
it's.
I know.
You can get out. It'll get you out. But that's
that's
going to
not
be
the
risky.
best way.
Yeah, that's
That's not the
risky.
best way.
That's
Okay.
That's if you want to have a cut arm, and there's like something way worse than having some big gashes is on the other side. But the best
Okay.
way is out the front door.
So, because I've asked these questions, I get +1 forward when I act on each specific thing. Is how it works. So I want to use my +1 forward to get. This is a bad choice for me because do I get the demon spawn with the flaming hell whip? Or do I work on the crazy scientist with the atomic chainsaw? And it's like, who would I rather not be hit by? Is kind of like
I think the
my
bigger
my
question
thing
is, who would you rather have to hit the ghost that's coming?
I think I'm gonna try and use. I'm gonna. Is it act under pressure to get them out of their thing, or is it weird?
I'll let you do an act under pressure.
Okay. That's not what I wanted to hear.
Well, if you want to do a weird, you can do a weird.
Oh, okay.
Weird
so,
would be you are drawing on your knowledge of like occult shit to do like occult
okay.
shit.
So I'm using a use magic to help break them.
Yeah.
Okay.
You,
I like
I
that.
understand. Like you know what? I've dealt with enough magic shit to know like some actual ritual spell shit. I'm gonna do some actual magic.
I've got
I'm
it.
a magic guy.
I've got it. Okay, so I'm going to use magic, and that is a 7, 8 with my +1 forward. I'm going to start the ritual to summon Zazalamel. And then as it is heating up, just push it right on his forehead.
Okay.
You have been branded.
Well,
It's
more
not
specifically,
permanent.
I'm now in contact with a demon not bound to me.
That'll be great.
You suddenly light on fire. Your as you see it, it doesn't hurt. I mean, you feel a warm discomfort. You know, as the other student walks in and holds this weird ritual stone to your head. It's warm. It's the uncomfortable warmness, the kind of like putting your hand under too hot water. It's not burning, but it's uncomfortable. It hurts, you know, a bit. And you see yourself light on fire. You see the desk, and you see the whole room engulfed in flames as you get a flash of hell. And
Cool.
then you see a school, completely fine. And then bits, you know, the desk is actually a demonic rock with engulfed in flames and sulfur. You're smelling brimstone while you look out the window and see, you know, normal grass. And as this flashes between these multiple realities, you start to see what you recognize, like, you know, it looks like if you've ever seen the footage of like a film burning up, you know, where it starts to get like the splotchy things on the screen. It starts to have that as the illusion tears away and slowly dissipates back into the schoolhouse.
James, you with me, buddy? James,
Ow.
apologies. I know it was rough, but I figured a shock to the senses would be the best way to handle this.
You have quite a headache. Not just from the burning stone, but from your consciousness being flicked through 3 different realities for
Right.
a while.
Right.
You're, you know what? You're done. your head's.
Hey.
You could use an ice pack and maybe some weed.
I need you to figure out what the deal is with this ghost, because I'm not good at that. But we found the kid. It's time to go.
Right. Cool. Funny question. Did I murder anyone?
Nope. Just some furniture.
Awesome.
Molly, can you
Wait,
get the
where are we?
screwball?
Hey, Doc. Hey,
Which one are you rolling?
I'm rolling weird.
Okay.
Just like pull out like a vaguely enchanted
8.
stick and whack it with it.
Hey,
Be like,
okay.
have
No.
some magic.
So what do you do to use
Fire in the
magic on him?
classroom. I know because they won't let me.
I am going to banish a spirit or curse from a person.
Oh, nice.
So I pull out a book, flip through the pages, recite an incantation, and banish a spirit or curse from a person.
Which glitch does it have though? Because it's 8.
Oh, you know what? The effect is it banishes it, but
The keeper will decide what effect the glitch has.
So, Charlie, you get to pick a glitch.
For him banishing? For
yeah,
banishing?
it could
for
be
this
either
spell.
the effect is weakened, the effect is of short duration, you take a +1 harm, the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, or it has a problematic side effect.
You hit him with the banishing, and you see a kind of presence bounce off of him, almost as if the enchantment that had wrapped around him and been keeping his mind imprisoned is shunted off to the side. But this is different. This isn't like casting a spell. This was born of the will of the spirit. And as a result, it starts to coalesce as you see a floating and transparent Mrs. Dow's,
Cool.
Edith Dow's, materialize in front of you.
So
I'll grab the child. Birth ain't much use here.
have fun.
You have
Please
all
keep your arms
been
and legs clear of the
very
chain at all times.
naughty.
And now I will actually, like, for real pull out Firmament's End.
It is upset.
I would think.
It's annoyed at being tricked. It's annoyed that it has not gotten its blood.
Yeah.
And
And
It-
probably that I was touched by other demons.
You're cheating on me.
And it is in a mood to end something.
Let's see how it does at ending ghosts, I guess.
Okay.
How does initiative work?
Act under pressure.
Yep.
Do I roll it as well?
No, we roll it, and if we get 7 or higher, we go before the monster. If we get lower
Okay.
than 7, we go after the monster. Oh, wow.
First
a decent
time
fucking
DM.
roll.
Yeah. Doing not bad for
9.
for the game.
Okay.
7.
All
That's
right.
8.
And Paul?
7. All
Okay.
7s today.
And then among
Okay.
ourselves, we choose
And we can
our
choose the order.
Sure.
Yeah.
personal initiatives.
Why don't we let you go first, because I think you have the most straightforward action, the result of which will also determine the rest of our action.
Yeah. My goal is to pick up that there child and start beelining for the door using my +1 forward for best way out.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's going to be an act under pressure.
Yes.
Okay. Because the goal is to get the child out. I'm not concerned about breaking the enchantment. I figure once we get him off the premises, he'll be fine.
Yeah, either that or we'll worry about it later.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That is a 9 total to act under pressure, which means you still get to ask me some questions, which is on a 10 plus you do what you set to do. On a 7 to 9, the keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. So you pick one of those 3 and then tell me what happens.
As you grab him and start to get him out, he does not really seem able to move.
Oh, he's like
He
chained
is-
here.
He's not chained here, but he's like stiff and can't really operate his legs. He seems to actually be cognizant of what's going on, which is strange. You know, he's almost like, you know, he's worked up enough to be able to mostly get at least his like consciousness back into reality, but he can't move. You're gonna
He's a
need to
starving
take some
child.
time to carry. I mean, he's a kid. You can
Okay.
probably carry him, but it's gonna slow you down a lot.
Yeah, I ain't that strong. Okay.
It's
All
gonna
right.
be some effort to get him out of the room.
I need the
and
curse.
everything.
Break the curse.
All right. And I forgot that Mystical Library gives me +1 forward to use magic. So I will be remembering to apply that when I do
You
this.
could go next. 'Cause it makes more sense.
So I will walk up to him and basically attempt to dispel the curse from him. 11.
11. Okay. You walk up and you remember after having seen that, you're like, oh, damn it, yeah, ghost enchantment. And run up and cast a different spell that you know this time is tailored for ghost mind control. And especially with him having already partially gotten, like, shrugged it off, you manage to snap it right off of him. And he, help, get me out.
Go with him.
Yeah,
Go with him.
yeah,
Go with
yeah,
him.
follow
Go with
me.
him.
Okay. And he gets out.
Yep.
He starts following you out right away.
Yep.
Go, go, go.
Okay, I gotta hit a ghost.
Okay.
Kick some ass.
Here we go. A 6 and a 1. That's helpful. So that's 9.
Okay.
Assuming I have no pluses or negatives forward from anything that's going on.
Edith starts to seize them starting to escape and shrieks and lunges after them. How do you intercept her?
Okay, so as she lunges, I am going to... Now, I've seen, at least in the dream world, that my chain can interact with her, but it can't restrain her. But, we'll try some Pavlovian shit. I am going to wrap it around her center and basically attempt to jerk her backwards. With the knowledge it's probably not going to do that, but...
It might
As
still hurt.
This
But that it
flame,
will hurt, yes.
as this flame wraps around and coils around her, you feel the will of the chain directing its anger and its fury at this being that had imprisoned you and at least somewhat it. And it snaps through her, tearing these large gashes through her ectoplasm as she does seem to go and drift backwards away from them, away from the door, and back into the room. She starts to reform, but you can tell that it is not reforming well for her as she turns her fury towards you.
Yes, she does take 4, I think.
How much harm is it?
4 magical harm.
Okay.
Our party do damage.
Yeah,
Look, when we first talked, you guys were like, we don't have anybody that will really do a lot of damage in combat. And I was like, well, I guess I'm building that. And then
no,
Atomic
that's
Chainsaw.
yeah.
It's okay. The atomic chainsaw is
And
very
now-
unreliable.
Paul.
Yeah. I just built a thing in the back of the sea.
I'm sorry. She gets to hit me back. because
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
she gets
Because
to-
of kick some ass, when you roll kick some ass, you harm the creature, and the creature harms you back.
Okay.
And that's how combat
Can I borrow some dice?
works.
No, she just does
She
it.
just does it.
Oh, okay.
She
Yeah,
does
so
it.
you pick
As
however many number
she goes
of
back,
harm.
she turns her fury on you and just kind of stretches her arm out as it just extends into this blackened claw and just reaches through you. Not even quickly. Just extends out and passes through you, and you feel your soul just get marred as this corruption passes through you, and you take harm from her. How much does it do for it? Is it? Do I just say?
You get
Yeah.
to decide. 2 is about average.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 2. I didn't know if there was a prescribed harm or whether it was.
So here's how it generally works, or at least how my quick and dirty is. First hit does 2 harm. Second hit usually does additional harm.
Sure.
Up to the severity.
I was gonna do 2 harm as her. as she
Also, I'm
passes through.
presuming that ghostly arms going through me is armor piercing.
Yes.
Okay. So I take 2 harm. Cool. I was just checking because I got the
'Cause you got the immortal
armor
thing,
feat,
yes.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
And Paul.
Yeah. So I made a thing in the backseat of the van. I'm going to use
did?
that.
What did you make?
I made a horrible incendiary flechette launcher.
What?
You understand I'm in melee combat with it, right?
You made it. No. Say those words again.
An incendiary flechette launcher.
Flechette.
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 Not fleshing. Not
Yeah,
flesh
because I was like, what is
An
that?
incendiary
so much worse.
flash launcher.
Yes.
I didn't know how much range you have. I guess I
Burning
can't use
gobbets.
that because that will absolutely fuck you up.
I mean, look, I've got 2 armor. Maybe I can take it. I don't know. I'm willing to try. I got nothing to do.
No, 2 armor is not going to cut it.
2 armor
This
is not
does
going to cut it.
A stupid amount of damage. I'll use the chainsaw, which also does a stupid amount of damage.
So the
so-
doctor is now going to kick some
Doctor
ass.
is going to try and kick some ass, which I'm not terrible at.
Hey, what'd you get?
A lot.
Yeah, that's a 10. That's a 10.
So
Alright.
On a 10, you get to kick
Choose
some ass
one extra effect.
and choose an extra effect, which could be
Take 1 forward. Give 1 forward to another hunter. Inflict terrible harm. Suffer less harm. Force them where you want them. I'm not very tough. I'm going to take 1 less harm. Because I don't
Okay.
have any armor. So Dr. Cunningham will brandish his atomic chainsaw and start it up. And it makes
Which
some
I'm assuming
horrible
sounds like
noises.
it's like the capacitor charging on your flashlight, but like 100 of them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop when you take the picture.
Yeah, it just gets louder.
And like on hit, it just sparks freaking everywhere.
You see the chainsaw pass just completely harmlessly through her, but weirdly, as the spinning blades do nothing because they can't rip material that isn't there, but the energy pulsing through it that you somehow
atomic
decided to make radioactive energy bullshit on every goddamn tooth of your stupid fucking chainsaw. It just, you see
Never do
This-
anything halfway.
you see this like weird kind of bubble of just disruption appearing where you're cutting, that just disincorporates and just wavers everything around it as it tears through her, and just whatever metaphysical and spiritual energy is keeping her corporeal is just being disrupted by your dumb chainsaw.
By your dumb chainsaw.
You ever put a magnet on a CRT television?
It is exactly like that.
You
It
just did that to a fucking ghost.
and she is floating tatters right now. A few small features, but there's not a lot of physical presence to this anymore. Did she get to hit you back?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
she,
But
there's
as,
one less
suffer
thing.
less
did.
harm.
As she spins around and takes a swipe at you, and manages to kind of graze you with, a bit of her thing, but she's does not have the kind of force she used to. You take 1 harm, and then she goes looking terrible, and decides to attempt to just kind of float away in an attempt to kind of disincorporate as she seems to be floating back through the walls towards that room, but isn't really able to move well. She is not physically there enough to be able to control her location. So she's moving, but she does not get out of the room. She's moving she's floating kind of halfway through the ceiling at the moment.
So if we
I would
make it,
just like to remind our dear players and friends that we cannot permanently kill her until we discover what her weakness
sure,
is.
but we can incapacitate her for the moment.
We can absolutely do that. But this won't be
Alright.
the end of her if we manage to just do a bunch of harm.
Right.
We still got to find a way to solve the problem.
Because we have currently done 8 harm.
I mean,
We've
we've done a
plenty of
lot of harm.
I don't know if the atomic chainsaw is doing. Honestly, I don't know if the demon chain is doing 8 harm or 4 harm either. But
Yeah,
at least
that's
it's a
fair.
magical weapon.
Yeah.
Like, it's meant to do this.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know if either of us is doing all of our harm to
So-
it. But we've
With
done
that
some
in
At
mind.
this point, you'd be able to escape pretty easily with the kid.
Okay. Well, so here's the kid can run on his own.
Yeah.
Okay, kid, get to the Winnebago. You can't fucking miss it. Hang out there. We'll be there soon.
Also, don't try to open it because defense system.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he didn't take the defensive.
Oh,
thing.
never mind.
Yeah.
Open it all you want.
I heard that
There's-
door open.
There's nothing explosive in there.
I'm going to run up there and see if I can't investigate a mystery and find a way to fucking end this bitch.
Okay.
So I don't know if I get all the way there on one turn and can roll.
You
the
can get there.
investigate.
This was the first room off of the thing.
Okay.
If you sprint up there without taking the kid with you, you can make it to the door and look inside.
Yeah, yeah. Like the kid's fine. He's conscious enough to run. So I'm going to roll sharp to investigate a mystery.
Do we have separate initiative each round? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I didn't play it like that.
Okay.
I usually just separated it
we haven't
into
played in a year.
people that act before the monster, people that act after the monster.
You can still decide which order you go in if you want to.
Right. No, I meant. I couldn't remember if we
If
figured
we
out
rolled
every
cool
round.
every
whether
round,
we-
No.
if we rolled cool every round, initiative
long.
would be
I'm
like
with
where
you.
half of your levels come from.
Sure. That's a reasonable point.
Yeah.
Okay. Carry on.
Happy Halloween, Matt. I didn't see the chat. Thank you.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Okay, so
spooky time.
so I am just tossing this room as quickly as I can. I'm looking
Sure.
for anything that could be even remotely relevant to specifically this teacher that we're dealing with. Also, I'm looking for the key to her door specifically.
Okay.
So to investigate a mystery, I rolled a 10. And so I am looking for what is being concealed here and what can hurt it. And I think I get to hold 2 on investigate a mystery when I
Okay.
roll 10 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the 2. I want to know what can hurt it and what is being concealed here.
Okay. What can hurt it is largely just, magical and other kinds of like spiritual effects. Normal kinds of cleansings, exorcisms, the normal thing. What
But
you have
that's not going to keep her
seen,
away.
what you have seen is that honestly, she's a normal ghost. which is weird because this is not fucking normal. This is not how a normal ghost acts.
Yeah.
And this is, this is way beyond a normal ghost. But then, what was the other question?
What is being concealed here?
What is being concealed here is as you're looking around and you see on the back of the door as you turn around and it kind of closes behind you, a ritual circle. A necromantic ritual circle.
Oh man, if only I took the necromantic
As if
animation
somebody
area of study.
was amplifying the power of this ghost and causing it to run amok.
Okay, well, I know what I'm going to do next turn. I will shout down the hallway. Enchant the fucking chainsaw!
Oh, I love this game.
I guess I'll take next up so that the two chainsaw actions go back to back. The
Sure.
enchanting and then striking with chainsaw.
Oh man.
You can strike at her or make it to the door upstairs. Either one.
Oh, I'm going to strike at her. She's my
Okay.
target right now. He's got, I assume, a ritual circle covered.
Sure.
Plus, you don't know
Scratch it.
that that's there
Right.
yet.
Yeah.
I ain't say shit about it.
Yeah. Another 6 and a 1. This character is disturbingly consistent in rolling patterns.
he is weirdly like one number.
It's not like everything he does rolls exactly the same number every time he does it.
Yeah.
It's really
This has
spooky.
been. It's definitely been interesting.
You got
Only,
6s, I have
like,
7s.
Yeah.
Every type of action rolls
Yes.
the same number.
Yeah. And in this case, for the last 3 kick-ass rolls, it's been a 6 and a 1 plus 2 for 9.
You've been 6 and 1 all day.
Okay, your dice are haunted,
I
Dave.
was
Sorry.
6s right before that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but it was often 6 and 1
Okay.
minus
Minus
1.
one.
Yeah.
So you're doing 4
I
magical
am doing
harm.
4 magical harm. This time I'm going to go for the legs and ankles. because
Okay.
She's trying to float away, so I'm going to try
As
and
you
sweep her away.
flip
legs
it
out
up,
from under me.
the chain, you can feel its annoyance at its prey escaping. And now that it's gotten a solid blow through it in the real world, as well as something in the fictional one, it seems to have a sense for what this soul is. It knows souls. Souls are its business. And it wraps around its ankle, but more than that, you see some of that fire splinter out and spiral up around the rest of her as it yanks her back into the room and then burns her into
Neat.
shreds of
That's
ectoplasm
what I wanted to happen.
evaporate into the air into a mist. She seems to be gone for now.
All right.
I look a little queasy.
It's fair.
Yeah, as you know,
That was fucked up
you
even
can't
for
just-
me.
you can't just kill a ghost. She's not dead.
Oh yeah.
It's just, but that this ghost has been.
It's going to
it
take
needs
some time to get back together.
for its
reform.
haunting to build back up to
Let's
strength.
get to the office.
You notice that ritual circle glow and just start shining brightly as it seems to be kind of trapping whatever strength it had as it tried to go away and was disincorporated.
It's absorbing the energy back so we can come back faster. Okay.
It is.
I'm
You
gonna
two have a turn left.
Bolt
so-
to the office.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. I was told enchant chainsaw, which I can't entirely enchant, but
Well,
I
no,
can.
I
she
would
was
be
supposed to
enchanting your
enchant the
chainsaw. And then right after the ghost disappeared, Molly said, let's get to the office, and then started heading that way. So he was telling me to enchant your chainsaw.
Gotcha.
Enchant, because I'm sure your weird atomic
Okay.
bullshit does
So
some
do both of
damage.
you on your turn run to the office?
Doc, come on!
I have a weird. I would like to use a weird science to enchant the chainsaw because I can do that. I can use science stuff instead of.
Okay.
So he's going to reach into his back pocket, pull out a bunch of wires, stick them up, hook them up to the giant EMF reader pack that he has,
Suck
And just-
ghost magic into your chainsaw.
just energize the shit out of it. So now it's a spooky ghost atomic
Okay.
chainsaw.
Full of spooky ghost atoms.
You get and you can go upstairs as well if you want.
Okay.
You get a move action and a standard action.
Hell yeah.
But As you
I
get
guess it's
up,
a use magic
you
roll.
see that.
Yeah, you did it.
How much was it?
9.
9. Cool.
So there's a glitch on it, but we can get to that here in a sec.
You probably get shocked for 1 harm, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
That
is. You are wielding a ghost-powered, electromagnetic, radioactive nuclear chainsaw strapped to your own back. You feel the blisters starting to form.
This is a
It's okay
great
though.
idea.
You didn't need that layer of skin anyway.
I got some great feelings in my teeth. Like, woohoo!
You see that
teeth
that
supposed to
necromantic
have
circle
feelings?
is glowing, and it is like it
gotta
seems
stop
to
this
be
right now.
yeah, it seems to be preventing the thing from going away. Though you know that you definitely the circle's still doing something. It's not back yet.
Gonna
Yeah.
try the doorknob to the office.
Office door is open.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Sweet.
It's well
I see.
open.
Okay, necromantic bullshit. Somebody's doing this on purpose.
Damn it.
2, we gotta dispel it, or she's gonna be back
Yeah.
faster than normal. 3, help.
I'm gonna poke my head out the office. We have necromancy.
We have anti-necromancy.
I rolled
Also a little
a.
bit necromancy.
I rolled a. So I'm going to say, I am using manipulate someone instead of help someone out, because it just seems like I'm telling you what to do. I'm not helping you. So I rolled a 6, 7, 8, 9. If you do what I ask you to do, which is dispel that magical circle, you get to mark experience.
Okay, cool. She was gonna do that anyway, so yeah.
What a great use of abilities.
Yeah, this is what
Alright.
this is for.
Um,
This is how we play this game.
Mark experience, and she will.
I really wanted to get 10 so I could give
Roll
her plus
some
1
weird
forward
for
to
that.
really do it, but
XP.
So I am going to
Then we'll
pull
find out
out
if I need
my
to incur my dispel.
ritual book again, leaf through the pages, and 10
Hell yeah.
you do what you want.
to try to dispel the circle.
Okay. As you've actually read about this before. You've seen drawings of this. It was unfortunately one of the favorites of your parents. And you know what to do with this, its weaknesses. And so you just can take and smudge out a few strategic lines, change a couple of small marks, and imbue it with a bit of your will. And you notice you change it.
Draw a little middle finger.
You change it slightly from entrapping all of that energy and reforming it into releasing and rejecting it. And so all that the discorporation and the damage that was done to it, you instead of you take all of that was gathering there and reverse it, and it goes poof, and dispels all of the energy from that room. You, Paul, have your EMF reader still hooked up, active, and powering a chainsaw. But do you have your goggles on?
Yeah.
Good. You see all of the readings you've been getting that this house has been glowing, and you've specifically very much noticed whenever she's been in that she lights up with those readings.
Yeah.
They vanish. It dispels away and seems to kind of drift off, seemingly almost blown back in the direction of where that cemetery was.
No, Father Frederick.
And
Now we need to find out who has the necromancy text.
You know what I love about necromancers? Bertha works just fine on them.
you roll me an investigative mystery check.
Is that maybe the vampire ones? I'm just saying.
Look, it's not. Hey. It's not my fault that I needed to up the ante. With your fucking crazy ass goddamn fucking werewolf bullshit.
Whoa,
my
whoa.
It's not my fault.
Different crazy ass bullshit this time.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's not our crazy ass werewolf bullshit.
So what was your investigative mystery?
It could be.
No.
I have the ability
fail.
to make it that way.
Fail it.
No,
I feel it, yeah.
thanks.
Okay. What would be recalling information? Remembering things.
I mean, unless it's
Sharp
in
something.
it's either sharp or act under pressure. The thing is that if we aren't currently under pressure and you want us to remember something,
just
you can just tell us.
I'll say that. Yeah, then you get it. I'll give you a +1 on this one for your history.
Okay, 7.
So you got a 7. So you succeed in noticing just barely,
I guess I'll erase that experience then.
just barely that you. This seems weird, weirdly familiar. And as you look at it, you notice a couple of things that you've seen before. In fact, you almost can make out what looks a bit like a signature.
Oh, that motherfucker. Jonathan goddamn Daly, where the fuck are you? Oh, this ends now. Come on.
Okay.
We going to find him.
Deep breath.
No, that motherfucker outed me. He fucking turned me over. This is why I got that Madison lady all up after him. I'm using magic right now. I'm gonna track him.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Grabbing the stone.
Which match? Okay, that one. That's fine. Before we kill him,
The demon's perfectly
we
fine.
need to find. Well, he knows how to use that. Before we kill him, we need to figure out what the fuck he was doing, why the fuck he was doing it, and are there more? And are there more?
Well, look. Okay, fine.
Just gonna
Alright.
put this out there. There's like an almost dead child by our car.
There's food in there. It's fine.
No, he's
There's a
right.
medical suite in there. It's fine.
He can't use it on himself.
Yeah, that's the point.
It's true. Plus, the kid's been missing for like what, a week now?
Yeah.
He probably needs some food. Oh god damn.
And
it.
also, the longer he's there, the more likely it is someone finds him in our car.
Oh,
You know what?
Nope. That's
fair. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and drive him back to town in Meredith, not in the Beast.
Sure.
surgical
Buy him
room.
some food. No, look, we'll get him checked out. It'll be fine. Just get him some goddamn water or something. He's probably dehydrated as shit.
We also need to make up a story for where he's been and why.
Not our
he's-
problem.
He's been
Found
in
him
the
by the side
fucking
of the road.
forest. I don't know.
Found
Well,
him in the
ask him where
schoolhouse.
he was.
Yeah, just let
Yeah.
him do the talking. I don't.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. We out of here. Job done. Fucking Ghost Hunter LLC better cut my fucking paycheck. I only made $100 in this damn town. This turned out to be a terrible place to lay low. Whose idea was it to come here anyways?
Great place to do ghost work, though.
And I will, I think, at this point, narrate the end of it. You get back, you drive, I guess, back to your bed and breakfast, and then back in Meredith with the kid.
Yeah.
And it turns out that when you say we found him, he was, out, and the kid says, like, yeah, I was, in the school, I was haunted in the school. How he gives a big ghost story kind of thing. You get the impression that some people believe him fully, some people not so much, but no matter what, they all get the impression that, oh, you found and rescued this kid.
Yeah. Look, he was drinking the booze and he was smoking the cigarettes. It's fine. He's just making shit up.
And it's like, and you see the cop that you saw at the station seems very much to believe the ghost story part of it. Almost like that's the thing that he's all about those weird things. And he actually will give you a bit of reward money.
Hey.
He's like, you know what? We actually do have a bit of discretionary funding that we can use to, help out for such things like this, and hiring on teams to clear out haunted places. Appreciate your help on the matter, and he'll pay you a solid salary. This is actually reasonably well-paying job.
We'll just
Not
doing our
nothing
civil
amazing,
service
but
officer.
$2,000.
That's
And-
for all of us, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay. I was just like, no way does this small town hoagie
No. Few thousand
sheriff
dollars.
station have like $8,000
Yeah.
just laying around.
No, it's probably about a couple $1,000s as a both services rendered for cleansing the schoolhouse
Right.
and as a reward for finding the kid and returning
Right.
him. Kid, is these people saved me. Everything. So no one is untoward about it.
Yeah.
The priest is fine.
Oh no.
He has no
He lives.
issues,
And is clearly not
as he comes back. He
possessed
goes
by a
like
schoolteacher.
he seems to kind of know what happened, and kind of seems to have understood a bit that one of the souls that he was supposed safeguarding and trying to watch over has come back. He seems to be a
Safely in his stomach.
bit more in tune with these kinds of things than you would expect from a random person. No.
You see, I know what I'm doing, sort of.
And all in all, seems to have gone fairly well, except that there doesn't seem to be much sign of Jonathan Daly still here.
Fucking Daily, you son.
But he's up to something.
Now look. He took my $5 goddamn dollars. I'm gonna get my $5.
This is over $5.
Okay. Perhaps I'll give you a little bit more context. It was a marked bill. It was a $5 marked bill that was used in a drug sting operation that I unfortunately got mixed up in. I usually don't like to do that kind of business. He gave that $5 bill to one Detective Madison Avery, who has now made it her life's mission to put me behind bars, which is unfortunate since I try to stay on the fairer side of the law.
You know what?
I committed a misdemeanor today, okay? It's a misdemeanor.
I mean, you're kind of on the fairer side if they don't know you did anything.
That's true, too. Man,
Looks
shit.
surreptitiously at the lab that's attached to the back of the van.
He commits felonies every day.
Not felonies. Code violations, maybe.
I'm pretty sure some of them could. You know what? Yeah.
He's a walking EPA violation.
Again, code violation, not felony.
Are there even safety codes for ghost hunting organizations?
No, but there are
Safety codes for
particle assault.
industrial equipment.
The man put a fucking bar of plutonium in a motorcycle battery
Yeah.
to charge a chainsaw.
I don't think that's legal.
No, it is very not.
What?
But
Well.
it works real damn good.
And with that, with your nemesis striking again,
Next time.
next time on our ghostly adventures. But for now, I thank you all for joining us here. And I think this story is coming to an end. So,
Do you want to do the outro? Sure.
I'll do the outro, I think.
Good job, Charlie. That was fucking fun.
Yeah, it was.
That was
you.
fucking
That was a lot
great.
of fun.
Thank you for joining us here on Have Dice Will Save. It was a pleasure to do this. I had a blast, and I'm hoping that everyone else did too.
Hell yeah.
And
I got to do chaos.
it was great to see the people in the chat. Thank you all for coming. We would love to see more of you. So if you want to come and interact with us more, we love interacting with other people. And we have a Facebook page. We have very active on Twitter. We have if you want to watch any of our older episodes or keep up with new ones, then we have our YouTube channel. This is youtube.com/Have Dice Will
Links
Save.
in the description.
But links are all in the description,
We
right
don't get a
down
big
below.
boy name yet. We're not big enough.
Sure,
That's
but
true.
if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
search Have Dice Will Save, HWS, we're on YouTube.
We're at like Y257JWX.
We
I
have
don't make the rules. I just suffer from them.
yes. But we are also on Discord. We have a Discord community that is always a great place to come and talk with us, ask us questions, or join in community games, where we will often do various community events, sometimes even playing games like Monster of the Week. And we would be happy to have more people come and join us for that. And so if you want to play with us, come on to our Discord. Again, links are all down in the description below. And finally, we do have a Patreon that if you want to help support us, keep everything here running, keep us all able to do this. All this equipment does not come free, unfortunately. And so Patreon is a great place to help. In addition, we would be very happy if you could subscribe. If you like, comment, share, and subscribe on YouTube, that would be we'd be very grateful for that. But also if you are on Twitch, then we would love your Twitch subscriptions. If you have Amazon Prime Gaming, you also get a free Twitch subscription through your Amazon Prime account. And we will be very grateful if you would help us out with that. They really do help quite a bit. But
Remember, any free subscription you don't use is $5 more in Jeff Bezos' bank account.
And in space now.
Apparently.
if you do not
Yes.
spend those $5, it is shot into space.
Directly.
It's true. Science has proven it.
Yeah.
Trust
And-
him.
I'm a doctor.
He's a doctor. Yes! Yes!
We get to
We
break
broke
it, even when he's not GM.
I've been so careful all night not to be drinking at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Oh, that almost
Now,
was
that's-
now you know my pain.
Hey, Dave. Mark experience.
All right, everybody.
All right, and with that, I think that is everything. If anyone else, do we have any other announcements? I think. Then just happy Halloween, everybody. We hope to see you all next week. But until then, stay safe and keep your friends close and your dice closer.
Pathfinder 2E is back next week.
It is back. See you then.
Gresham
Bye.
Ivan.